I don't have my drink. How am I gonna do giant voices?
We are alive.
Seriously though, I need water to do giant voices.
There's a
Hey,
glass in the bathroom.
Oh, a glass of that. What's too many things happening at once? Welcome to the Gilded Dice, where we play the Storm King's Thunder, Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition. Welcome back to a session that where we left off last week was a massive cliffhanger. I hope you guys had a long, solid week to think about what you have done.
Nope.
Just stress it.
No plans whatsoever.
Nope.
So last session you continued your assault on Grudhog with the help of Hruk, the husband hill giant of Moog. He escorted you unconventionally towards Chief Guh, where before her you presented your idea of how the hill giants should tackle their claim to the ordering through some debates and high rolls and all sorts of crazy manner of discussion. You managed to what you appear to be convince Chief Guh that bigger is better, but not bigger in terms of size of body weights, but size in numbers. She took that to heart and has sent out a message to recall all the wives of the hill giants. He also retrieved Roderick's precious pig and a bunch of prisoners that were stuck in Grudhog. Upon leaving Grudhog, Zaia decided to go back and try to weasel some more information regarding the conch shell that she discovered, learning how to use it from Chief Guh, requiring a special word, a giant word, to activate the rune before blowing into it. And you guys left Grudhog, where you learned that Roderick's pig was actually a polymorph bag of holding, and in fact was everything he owned in life because it was in the bag of holding. You guys killed it, and voila, and he promised to give you some...
Luna was very angry about that.
And she went to chaotic evil that day. No, just kidding. But he is from Belliard to the north along the Destrin Road, and he promised that if you guys showed up, he would likely give you guys a land deed that in return for saving him and his pig. You also met a family from Ulavin who thanked you profusely for saving their lives as they were next in line to get eaten. Talari, the mute little girl, thanks you all in sign language, and Anakel quickly discovered that his thank you was somewhat mysterious, provoking a sort of vision that night. And as you guys rested, Zaia whispered off to Rogadar, telling him that she is going to do that conch shell against the better judgment of the group. Split opinions, hot tempers, and just all sorts of craziness. Zaia blew into the shell that morning and wound up in Maelstrom. So, I'm going to begin the session on the lands where you guys are just waking up, kind of just south of Grudhog, close to the Iron Road, but not quite. Sitting there as the tiny hut has dissipated, and in fear and shock, and possibly disappointment as the shell has gone, and so has Zaia.
Quick meta question, because I can't remember exactly the detail from last session. When Zaia went back to Chief Guh, was that when Chief Guh said, I blew into the shell and it transported me? Or like it took me to the council? Or were we all there for that one?
No, that was just Zaia. She had performed for her and then cast suggestion.
Perfect. So none of us know that it transports her.
Right.
Nope.
So you have no idea what it does. And just a side note I mentioned off cam before you guys showed up. We're going to tweak the setting piece, the earpiece that you guys have. It does require to have some general knowledge of the receiving party member. So, having no idea where Zaia has disappeared to, I mean, any attempt to use that earpiece may or may not find its way to Zaia's head.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Feeling good.
Well, we had kind of awoken to her just about to blow into the shell.
Yeah.
I guess
right.
Anakel missed it.
Anakel slept in a bit.
Anakel didn't see this happening.
No, wait, what's going on? What are you guys doing? Where's the dome?
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, the dome would just disappear.
Why is it so cold in here? What's going on?
I hope it's not raining.
Is it raining?
Let's see if it's raining.
It is
I
not
immediately turn to Rogadar and I say, "What has she done now?"
Well, you see, when people are little, they're young, they want to explore. So, yesterday Zaia told me she figured out how to use the conch, and yeah, she decided she wanted to use it.
Use it for what? What does it do?
Did
I
you
have
even
no
try-
idea.
What happened when she blew into it? Did you try stopping her?
There was a period of time between waking up and seeing what's happening, and it happened.
Quick on your toes there.
Special Rogadar.
So then we have
So-
absolutely no idea what the shell does or where Zaia has gone to.
Did you see her blow into it, Rogadar?
Yeah, a few of us were awake and saw her just using it right there.
And what happened?
It started glowing, and like her hair was all whipping around and everything. She had this crazy maniacal look in her eye. She looked directly in my eyes with a smile, and she just disappeared. She's not dead, right? Tell me she's
I'll
not dead.
report it.
Well, there's no way
I
to
try
know
and
for
use
sure.
the earpiece just to see if anything happens.
Yeah, so you touch your ear and you say a word or two. The rest of you guys hear it. And you wait a few moments, but there's no reply.
Well, I don't know. We could always go back to Groundhog and talk to Chief Guh. She might murder us for stealing the conch.
Yeah, I'm not down for going back.
We could tell her we found it and we're gonna bring it back, and then Zaia used it.
We already told her we knew where it was. We weren't looking for it. We were supposed to bring it back right away.
We found it, Zaia knew how to use it, and she used it.
No,
we have to do something.
I don't believe that that's going to go well.
Well, we're supposed to be heading to Waterdeep. We might as well just make our way there. That was a plan, right? Waterdeep?
After the barge right in,
Well, what are we supposed to do? Like, what if she comes back and we're gone, and then she doesn't know where we are. She doesn't know like how she's a little halfling. How's she gonna survive for a trip out here in the middle of nowhere next to Groundhog?
we have no idea whether she is even alive or dead. For all we know, the reason we can't contact her is because she isn't alive anymore.
Well, she may just
I'm-
have gotten transported, and then has to wait for the item to be able to transfer her back.
I'm not going to
I couldn't
sit here
understand.
today.
I couldn't understand anything that Chief Guh was saying. But did she say that she used the conch before?
She said nothing to us. Zaia did leave us for a moment to talk to her. I'm assuming she spoke to her then.
I can't imagine any kind of weapon that would kill you when you use it.
No, I know. I think it's safe to assume that she went somewhere, but we don't know where. We don't know how she's going to get back, and we don't know how long. And we still have a mission to complete.
Well, like, what's the
And-
time frame of this mission? Like, I'm pretty sure we can wait around a bit.
How long
Nothing's-
is a
nothing's
bit,
really
Wolverbane?
urgent.
How long are we going to sit around not knowing whether or not she's even coming back?
She might even like it there, wherever she is.
At least one day.
Yeah, 1 to 2 days.
You want to sit in this one place for multiple days, waiting for somebody who may never even come back.
I agree
Well,
with Lucius.
we could get some things done.
We should leave
I
a
could train
note.
with Rogadar and get stronger.
Can we leave a
We
note?
could search for more food, stock up on stuff.
Can we leave a note? Is there any way? Does anyone have any spells? Any way to leave a?
She knows where we were headed. If you're truly concerned, she can take the Iron Road to the barge right in whenever she returns.
With
can spend
barbarians
it-
all over the place and giants and any manner of like how many things do we run into? We run into hags.
She
we
seems
run into
quite
trolls.
adept at getting herself into trouble. I'm sure she
Yeah.
can be adept at getting
Let's
herself
be
out
clear
of
about
it.
one thing. We said not to blow it and return it. She blew into the conch.
She's brought this fate upon herself.
We're supposed
Rogadar,
to the
can-
barge, right?
Can she like survive by herself? I imagine you're her bodyguard going around. She's a little musician. What can she do?
She, when I first met her, she was traveling by herself. That was a while ago now. She seems to have gotten stronger over that time. I'm sure she
You've known
could.
her the longest. What's your thought on staying or leaving?
I would like to stay for a period of time. Wait, see if she makes it back. And then head over to the barge right in. If you two wish to go ahead.
I was just gonna say that maybe me and Lucius could go up ahead, set up base of operations, and we'll meet you guys.
Son of
You
a-
So
sweating
happy I'm
yet,
not
Tia?
So happy I'm not there.
I hate this
We can-
already.
We can start. Wait, what was our goal at the barge right in specifically? I don't recall.
It's a good stopping point on the way to Waterdeep, and I have contacts there.
Then maybe you and me and Luna. Right, Luna? Can I head over to the barge right in and get things going? Wait for these two to
She's-
come back.
Luna's too busy roughing up a little bunny.
Well, what do you guys
Lucius, you know the lay of the land around here. Is the barge right in the closest civilization point to where we are right now?
What would I know about, like, what would generally be known about Womford?
So you
'Cause
guys,
I do see
you
that
guys,
it's before the inn, but
yeah. So you guys know generally the area. To get to Waterdeep, the safest way would be following the roads. So following the Iron Road up to the Long Road and heading south, or cutting across back towards Golden Fields, versus going all the way around again to the hills. You guys know a little bit of Womford, maybe not too much. It's a small little town that's built on the east side of a bridge that spans the Desrin River, and the barge right in is on a large hill on the west side of the Iron River Bridge that overlooks Womford. Womford's a small little farming town that has a port that goes up and down the Desrin River. So you would have to pass through Womford. It's a small little town, village, to get to barge right.
and the barge right in, I mean, it's big enough to have its own dot on the map, so I suppose it's like a big deal.
Yeah, so you know that the barge right in, the name of the it's a little settlement, like a slum almost. Lucius, you really know this place as being a hive of Zentarum activity. It is almost like a fortress built on this hill. They call it the Barge Right Inn, although the name of the inn itself is called the Old Barge Right Inn. It's a weird place, very slummy, very run down. Great place for Zentarum activity.
I'm not going to mention that part.
Okay.
I'm going to say
But it is-
Womford is a small farming town that we'll pass through on the way to Barge Right Inn. Not very secure, and I do not have contacts there. However, at the Barge Right Inn, it is well fortified, safe. We'll be able to secure lodgings and perhaps ask around to see if anybody else has any useful information.
That sounds like a great place to hang out.
I don't
Friendly
know.
and nice.
It sounds like a hive of scum and villainy.
You'll never see it more.
All right.
You don't even go here, Wolverine.
Lucius, how far away is Womford from here?
What's the scale of the map? Is that like a day's journey?
So it's 20. If you guys make a regular journey, it's 24 miles per day.
It's like a day and a half.
So a couple of days, yeah, about 2 days to Womford from here. Day and a half.
It's about 2 days. All the more reason why I don't want to sit around for one before heading out.
So plan. Annika, Lucius, Luna, we head to Barge Right Inn, set up a base. 3 days from now, you guys can meet up with us. You can stay for a day here and see if Zaia comes back.
Yeah, we'll be a day and a half maybe behind you.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
The DM
Just kind of-
freaks out.
Shake my head in disapproval, but I turn and start heading down the Iron Road.
We should just all roll persuasion on each other. Whoever gets the highest, do that.
Well, do whatever you guys want. So you guys are kind of just off the Iron Road. It takes you a few hours to get to the road itself. But the rest, Lucius, Anakel, Luna, and that's it. Right, the three of you,
And Cinder.
and Cinder, of course.
Luna's going with you guys.
Yeah.
Has she spoken up?
Yeah, she's already told me that she wants to come.
She told us earlier outside of the game that she would want to not wait.
I want
Alright.
to hear it from the mouth of Mike.
Three of you, including the and the wolf, proceed southward. It takes you a couple hours on this somewhat gloomy day as you depart from your comrades of Twerk, head towards the Iron Road with the intentions of reaching Wumford. Rognar and Wolverbane, you guys kind of set up a little camp, a little makeshift place to stay for a few hours to see if anything happens. And, well, I guess that's that.
We train.
All right, we're
We
done
hunt
for the
some
day.
deer. We eat some deer. You know.
I mean,
manly
it
stories.
makes sense.
All right. So, in that case, we're going to go head on over to Zaia in Maelstrom.
Oh boy, looks like we're done for the night, guys.
I
Good luck.
can't even see myself because this place is so big and I'm so small.
Yeah, it's massive.
How's that?
Well, I mean, like, it's just that my character is just so small compared to the rest of the people showing on screen. It's like, where am I? Oh, right, I'm the little bug in the middle.
Zaia, first things first. As you recall, you were pulled down into a whirlpool, into the depths of the trackless sea, being tossed about between debris, rocks, and all sorts of entities and objects. As you kind of settled in this pool,
Oh, right.
you had taken 37 points of bludgeoning damage, piercing damage, and slashing damage total. But of all those entities.
Oh, good thing I leveled up because I would have been dead already. Pretty much.
So you're bloody, you're bleeding as these storm giants have surrounded you, and they're looking right at you. Again, the one that kind of looks like to be in command, wearing heavier armor, looking more well dressed, had said to you, "In the name of King Hecaton, commander of the Worm Skull Throne, protector of the trackless sea, and ruler of giants, who is this that dares to use the sacred conch and enter Maelstrom, the citadel of storms?"
Can I quickly do a history check to know if I know anything about these creatures that are sitting in front of me? Or another type of check that would be better, maybe?
What are you trying to discern?
Well, do I know, like, what they like, what they dislike, what they want, type of thing? Just like, do I know anything about these people that are
Yeah, sure.
sitting?
Make a history check.
Okay. Oh!
All right. So
These are my favorite people ever. Apparently.
you
A perfect role.
Yeah, so you know that the storm giants reside in Maelstrom, deep within the trackless sea. You don't know anyone that's ever been here before, particularly, or where exactly in the trackless sea it is, but they reside deep within. They rule the waters, and they are the highest tier of the Ordering, placed there at the top due to their powers of divination and being able to read the signs of the stars and other such things to guide the giants. They are ruled by the most powerful Storm King ever, the Storm King, King Hecaton, with his Queen Neri. You're not sure who exactly the giant is that is in front of you, that's staring at you. But you know that hill giants are
Hill?
or sorry,
Or
storm giants. I'm so used to Green Storm giants, they are giants, but they're good. They're of like the chaotic good nature. They are at the top of the ordering for a reason. You're not sure why there's so much hostility towards you, but it seems to be kind of like a not a normal thing that would have occurred in Maelstrom before. Something has happened that you can feel there's a tension. There's something that's happened here or recently that has caused these giants to just take you as a grave threat. Is there anything else you want to know since you rolled a 20?
What are the mating habits?
Can I just think about it just real quick about what you just said and think if there's anything else I would want to know? Like, No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything I can think of.
Okay. As you float there in the pool.
Okay, wait, yeah. Just like they are organized. Like they have a king, and they're not like the hill giant who are just like. They have
No,
like a
they-
good organization.
They
and
have a
it's, like,
strong structure. You see, these giants are well structured. You know that they are very, very civilized in terms of their social structure. They're yeah. They're very first worlds, whereas the hill giants are very third worlds.
Okay.
All right. So as you float there in the water, treading, wounded and bloodied, and these giants now stand with their weapons pointed at you. He asks again,
Yeah.
"Who are you?"
Oh, sorry, I'm a little disoriented. I come in peace, and I would bow to you if I wasn't struggling and keeping my head out in the water.
This large individual looks at the other giants, and they kind of press their tridents a little closer, almost dipping the tips into the water.
I'll say, okay, I'm sorry. This is a mistake. I probably shouldn't be here, but I can tell you my story if you want to hear it.
The one in the command, he steps back and places his trident to his side and says, "You will do what you're told. One small move, one word uttered from your lips. If you dare even try to cast a spell, we will blast you so hard with lightning, there'll be nothing left of you. Is that clear?"
Yes.
And at this point, you see the storm giants around him dip their tridents in the water, and they've essentially are taking a reaction, reacting to if you cast or do any action that they deem threatening, they'll all cast lightning. The individual steps back again and says, "Swim towards me."
So I try not to be threatening as I swim towards him.
Roll to see how unthreatening you are. Just kidding. Roll for unthreatening swim. All
You
right.
swim with your fists, or you swim?
How are you swimming? All right, Zaia, as you approach the slick edge, you're a little wounded. It's hurting to swim, but you are careful not to do anything that would cause you to be a target. As you crawl out of this pool, you have now a good glimpse of the room that you stand within. In the far corner behind this giant, you see a large glowing glyph in the ground, carved deep into the purplish stone that resides here in Maelstrom. The walls are fairly moist as you are underwater. They are covered in bioluminescent creatures, little snails and starfish and barnacles. Tiny harmless crabs skitter across the grounds, trying to avoid your footsteps. As you now kind of shake the water from your head and your ears, you hear music. There is a powerful voice, a female voice, being accompanied by a deep, haunting tone of masterfully played organ pipes. Some are from deep within Maelstrom. As you step out of the water, the large leader slams his trident into the ground twice, and the ground shakes around you. You hear two splashes come up from behind you from the water. Two large water elementals come flying out and land beside you. Both are carrying some sort of object. He says to you, "Place your hands above your head and do not move."
Okay. I'll just do as he says.
At which point the giants have turned their tridents and are pointed precariously close to you, and are watching you ever so carefully. As you place your hands out above your head, Zaia, these large water elementals swarm you. They get close. You're soaking wet anyway, so the water doesn't affect you. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. But they both carry little objects. One of them, the one to your right, swoops in front of you, and he has these two looking shackles. Little objects. They're not tied in the middle, but they're separated. The water pours over you as you feel them wrap around your arms, your wrists, and they click around your wrist. The other one comes from behind and swoops around your neck, and you feel another one clasp around your neck and seal. Neither of the three objects are tight, but as soon as they're on you, you feel like the arcane energy coursing through your veins, through your arms, and through your mouth, your throats, is being stifled, is being restricted. And the water elementals dive back to the water.
But I still have those manacles and...
Yeah, so they're around your wrists
Mhm.
and around your neck. They're not uncomfortable. They're cold and a little slimy. But you're feeling your body being like restricted from being blocked. It's a strange feeling. He now looks to you and says, "How did you get to Maelstrom?"
Well, it's a series of misfortunate events that started in Grudhog, where that was also a misfortunate event that started in a tower near a giant. Do you want me to start back all the way from there? Or just the part where how I got here?
What were you doing in Grudhog?
Oh, okay, yeah. So we encountered this giant that was lost. And she had a really weird name. It was like Grog, Moog, something like that. Anyways. And she was looking for her husband who was in Grudhog. So me and my friends, yeah, they are not here. They didn't manage
Enough!
to come with me.
And he slams his trident down. How did you get the conch from Chief Guh?
Right, okay. So those friends of mine, they kind of moved Chief Guh from the shell, and one of the giants brought the shell to me, and we kind of left with it. And then somehow Chief Guh also kind of told me the secret word, and I was actually really interested in knowing what it was, but I actually really didn't think that it would take me here at the time. I mean, the way she described it didn't sound like I was gonna get into trouble. And I was really tempted, like, you know, this is like, you know, I have pan pipes and they're so small, and then this conch shell was huge and it was beautiful, and I just wanted to hear the sound of it. And I barely blew in it, but it was just enough for me to get here, which I really didn't expect, and I didn't want to disturb you guys. However,
Enough! Do all halflings talk so much? You stole the conch shell from Grudhog. What became of Chief Guh? Did you kill her?
no, she's still alive. I think she was alive when we left, for sure.
And what are your intentions here?
Well,
Who
maybe
sent you?
it's myself.
They're all kind of looking at you very intensely now. You feel the storm giants are pressing in on you. The Imperior takes a step closer to you. He says again, "Have you come to finish the job? Who sent you?"
But no one sent me. I think it's just a mistake. Like,
Who is your intended targets? Is it Mirren? Nin? The princess?
I am not here to cause any threat. I might be here just to gather information if you guys want to sit down and talk.
information?
Do I look
What?
like I want to hurt you guys? Like, if anything, I'm only here to help.
You've stolen the conch shell from Chief Guh to infiltrate Maelstrom at this time. Where is King Hecaton?
Okay, let's not use the infiltration word because that sounds really bad. How about I just came for a visit? Because I saw that there's a problem with the ordning. We met with a couple giants already, and we've had different opinions. And I see that you guys seem to really fear the fact that I got here. And I'm not here to cause any threat. But maybe there's something I can do when I get back to help you guys.
He slams his trident again on the grounds. Every time he does that, it's just a thunderous boom that just takes the breath out of your lungs. It just causes you to stop and just shake for a second. Another storm giant you see appears from the north, coming down from the staircase. He approaches the individual, and kind of lowers his voice and says something in giant. They were talking to you in common, but you do speak giant, right, Zaia?
I do.
The giant leads in and says, "Commander, we have retrieved Chief Guh's conch shell." The now, which you can presume is the commander, nods his head slowly, and the giant heads back upstairs. He stands back, straightens up, looks at the giants and says, "Take her. Hold her in the guest rooms. I must speak to the princess." He looks at you, Zaia, and says, "If what you say is true, you've come at a terrible time. But if you lie to us, and we will find out, your stay in Maelstrom won't be very long." As the storm giants are now ushering you down the hallway to the east.
So Zaia is just like trying so hard not to talk because she really wants to, but she just holds it in and doesn't say anything.
Now you can say whatever you want. Zaia, be my guest.
Zaia is just focusing on not responding and just doing as she's told. So she's just following whatever she has to do.
All right. So as you head towards the east, the eastern area of this location, you see in the very east is a large statue. It's a life-size
Oh,
stone
sorry. The glyph, is it any symbol that I would recognize?
No,
the meaning?
it doesn't seem to be like a giant glyph. It just seems to be an arcane glyph.
And I don't know.
Make an
Can I
arcana
do a check? Yeah.
But to the east, you do see a large life-size stone statue of a female giant that's holding a harp and wearing a gown of purple coral. It is quite intricate in terms of design. The glyph has a soft glow to it. You're not sure what the intention of this glyph is for.
Okay.
Okay, so you head on east, followed by the 4 storm giants.
Wow, 4 of them?
Oh yeah. While the commander heads upstairs. They lead you towards the statue. And as you're passing these doors to your south, you notice that they're about 12 feet to 15 feet high in a solid wooden door. It's curious as these doors appear to be made for the giants could pass through, but they're comfortably small for small folk. One of the storm giants reaches with his weapon and opens the door to the far east. As you peer in, Zaia, you see what appears to be a small guest quarters. It has clearly been designed for small folk who may be visiting Maelstrom. The furnishings are sized for medium to small creatures. There are about 5 comfortable-looking beds and a circular rug. There's a barrel of what appears to be drinking water, fresh. It's a couple empty dressers and some wardrobes for what appears to be a stay of small folk. The storm giant ushers you in, Zaia. Two of which follow you in. Two of which stay outside. One of the storm giants looks at you and says, "Please, remove all weapon and items on your person." And he waits for you.
Ooh. Even instruments and everything?
Everything, please. All
But
magic
I
items,
will-
potions, bags, weapons.
I can get them back when I leave, right?
Yes, of course. Please, remove all items on your person.
So I remove everything I have on my person.
All right.
Except my clothes.
Yeah, except your clothes. I mean, you remove all your bag of holding, your weapons, your instruments. The other storm giant collects it all up in a bundle. It's so small in his hands. He goes to the door, hands it off to one of the other storm giants.
Be careful with my stuff, please! It's everything I own!
And they close the door. And you are now in this room, shackled up, with two storm giants alone, without your items.
Am I one of your prisoners now?
They don't respond. They just watch you very, very carefully. All right. Since you guys split up the party, makes little things a little different, a little interesting. All right. For Zaia, what appears to be hours, you're not even sure the time of day or how much time has passed. You don't have a visual outside, and if it was, you are underwater. You can't tell how much time has passed. You find yourself just being overcome with boredom. You find one of the beds you just lay on. The giants, they take turns taking shifts. They go in and out. They do not remove their eyes from you.
Can I, does that count as a short rest? Can I gain HP or not?
Yeah, if you want to do a short rest here while you're waiting.
Yes, please.
More than an hour has passed.
Wonderful. And every time I talk to them, they just don't respond?
Yeah, they are just, you can't read their faces. They are just battle hardened, and they just stare you down. In the time that's passing, Zaia, is there anything you want to do or try or attempt?
There's not a lot of stuff that I can do. Like, I mean, talking to them is just not profitable at all, right? There's no point of doing that.
From what you gather, it seems to be waste of breath.
And I can't do anything because I have those manacles on.
Yeah. As you're kind of spending time, you reach for the manacles at some points, just kind of fiddle with it. And as you're fiddling with it, you feel them getting a little tighter each time you touch it. So then you learn real quick not to touch the neck, not to touch the manacles, as they are magically just they've got tight. They're still comfortable at this point, but you know that any attempt to remove or change their status would be pretty detrimental to you. Okay, so then, what appears to be, you don't know how much time. You're almost falling asleep at this point. You're dozing off on one of the beds. There's a knock at the door.
Oh.
One of the giants goes and opens the door, and there, standing before you, or standing in the doorway, is a large, again, another storm giant, female this time. This pale purple skin, but her eyes are this sharp, piercing blue. This deep blue. She wears this nice gown, again, full of corals and little barnacles, adorned with little seashells and starfish. She looks to have very, very rich attire of a storm giant. She stands in the doorway. She says, "Please, allow me access. Imperator Uther has granted me time with our prisoner." The giants' guards, they don't even question. You see them stand up, and they head out the door. And this large female giant enters in their place and closes the door. She looks around the room. She kind of straightens her dress and says, "Well, haven't been here in a long time. It's quite comfortable, I believe. Are you enjoying your stay in Maelstrom?"
Well, it's comfortable indeed, but there wasn't a lot of people to talk to. I'm actually really glad that you're interacting with me.
I apologize for the attitudes of the guard and our dear commander Uthar. We just are in some hard times, and not many trust the small folk anymore. You unfortunately find yourself in Maelstrom at a very dangerous time.
Why did you lose trust in small folks?
A question I can answer shortly. But first, I've seen your belongings. I see that you're a bard. You like music.
Yeah, that's what I do anytime I can.
Ah.
Every time I can.
And perhaps you would enjoy this. And she reaches into a pocket on the side of her dress. She produces this little box. It looks to be dwarven made. It's this little. It has like a little lid. It's a square little box. She walks over towards the water barrel, places it on top, and she says, "Come, listen. It plays music."
Can I do a quick check on it to know if I know that I shouldn't listen to it?
Yeah, sure. Make a quick investigation check as she kind of showed it to you real quickly. Looking at the intricacies of this device, there doesn't seem to have any. It just seems to be like a small music box, not one you've seen before. You're kind of anticipating kind of a wind-up device, but but there doesn't seem to be any threatening essence or anything that would suggest anything wrong with it. But there is a small arcane presence coming from it.
Okay.
But it seems safe.
Okay.
She places it on top. She places it on top of the barrel, and she opens the top. And out comes a beautiful melody. It sounds to be like an elvish song, but it plays this fine little melody that's you possibly find interesting or delightful. She says, "It was a gift to Princess Sarissa. I thought you might like it."
It's beautiful.
Yes, it plays music from all across Faerun. The princess likes music as well, and she listens to it often. I thought it would help calm your nerves here in Maelstrom. I know, being a halfling and tiny, it can be quite daunting here.
Thank you for trying to make me feel like this place is a safer place than it looks like.
She now gets down on her knees and kind of sits upon her feet. She smooths out her dress. She says, "Come, dear, come. Let me see your arms. This is no way for ladies to talk."
Okay, so I open my, I put my arms in front of her. I'm assuming that she wants to remove the manacles.
Yeah, so you feel, she puts her hands and you feel see the two clicks as she removes the manacles from your wrists, and she very, very carefully brings her two fingers around your neck, and so that you feel the manacle fall off your neck as well. She's like, "Oh, there, that's much better. This is how ladies should talk, not wearing this filthy metal."
Thank you so much. That is very kind of you.
So she says, "Well."
So what happened? I mean, everyone seemed to have thought I was such a threat, but then you came in and you're just so kind.
Well, Imperial Uthar briefed me on the situation, and I decided to come. I convinced him to let me do the interrogation, which is Good for you, trust me. You don't want him doing the interrogation. He doesn't take kindly to spell.
Yeah, I've kind of had that feeling when we first met.
She says, so, what are you doing here in Maelstrom?
Well, like I said, this is a little mistake because I didn't know I would end up in Maelstrom. I had the conch shell with me, which probably was a bad idea that I had the conch shell with me in the first place.
Did Chief Guh tell you not to use it?
She did? Yeah. But I mean, like, even if she told me so, I've never seen a conch shell this big.
It is
and
quite
it was
beautiful.
really interesting. And I was really curious to know how it sounded. Because I knew it must have been a powerful sound.
Well, I hope you're impressed. We have recovered the conch shell, and therefore your story adds up so far. What is your name?
Oh, well, my name is Zaia Windtopple. And, you might want to remember me as Glitterlocks, which is my stage name. What is your name?
Zaia, a beautiful name. My name is Chancellor Yimral. I am the High Advisor of the courts here in Maelstrom. In particular, I now advise Princess Selrissa.
Ooh. Was she the one singing earlier?
No, that's just an entertainer here to try to lighten the mood here in Maelstrom. Like I said, you have come at a very particular time.
What's wrong with the time I came? Like, why is it such a bad timing?
Do you know much about the Storm Giants?
Well,
Or shall I start from the beginning?
I know that you're at the top of the ordning.
Ah, very good.
And that you're much nicer to talk to than hill giants.
Reasonable. Understandable. But the most powerful of the Storm King Hecaton, rules the Storm Kings, the Storm Giants, and the rest of the giants at the top of the ordning.
So he rules all of the giants, not just the Storm Giants?
Yes. To be at the top of the ordning means to keep the other giants in check. It is his job to ensure that all the giants maintain a relative peace within the lands. However, in recent times, in the last few months, the Queen of the King, Queen Neri, has gone missing.
Ooh.
She was particularly fond of small folk, despite the king's opinion. But she loved you small folk. She would often visit up and down the Sword Coast, visiting various towns and settlements, and helping ships along the trackless sea that were lost due to storms or other issues. She went missing about a few months ago.
Where
on one
was
of these
she?
adventures. She was found on a small island off the Sword Coast by her brother.
Wait, she was missing, but she was found?
Yes, she was found. She went missing a few months ago and was found a couple days afterwards by her brother, Imperator Uthor, the unfortunate giant that you had to meet upon your arrival here in Maelstrom.
That Commander Imperial Uther?
Correct.
He found her?
He found her.
That's her brother?
That is her brother.
Oh.
He found her body dead on the island she would use to visit small folk.
Oh.
There were dead small folk all around her, human, dwarves. It was clear a struggle had occurred, and her wounds inflicted by small folk. As you can imagine, this is why small folk in Maelstrom has caused quite a stir. When the king had found out, he had wept for 3 days. And when he had wept enough tears to raise the trackless sea, he swore vengeance, a fiery vengeance on the small folk. He was deathly close of just wiping out the Sword Coast.
How does this fit in with all the earning issues?
Well, as you seem to know, the ordning has been shattered. Sorry, just one sec. As you know, the ordning has been shattered. We do not know why, but it has caused quite a stir in our courts. The giant lords have been abandoning us and are seeking their own way out in the world and are attempting to restore the ordering themselves. And this has caused quite a problem in Faerun, as they are now attempting at all cost to raise their stature.
Yeah, I've been a witness of some of these incidents.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but after the king had found out his queen was dead, as I mentioned, he was precariously close to destroying the Sword Coast. Uthar and I had tried to calm him down, but his rage was so strong. We appealed to the princess, his youngest daughter, Sarissa. She shares the same opinion as her mother. She has a kindness, a fondness of small folk. And she was able to calm him down, to urge him to find out what really happens before doing anything drastic. King Hecaton had gone out in search for his queen, led by various information, but he has not returned since, and this body we have not been able to find.
Is that so? King Hecaton is missing now?
Yes.
Ooh, that's scary.
He has left the Wormskull throne and the scepter to his youngest, Princess Sarissa, who now rules in his stead. But she is soft like her mother, and does not have it in her to keep the giants in check, to keep a hold on the other giants. And so, as I'm sure you've seen, they are rising and causing quite damage across the land.
So, the queen disappeared after the ordning was broken, or was that the beginning? Was that the cause of the ordning breaking?
We don't know the cause of the ordning breaking, but her disappearance and her death, it's hard to say. But around the same time, perhaps before the ordning, it is our best guess through our investigation that the two have no relevance to one another.
Okay.
So she continues to converse with you. She says to you, "Do you know why the storm giants have been on the top of the ordning for all these years?"
Unless you told me that earlier, I wouldn't know.
She says, "It's because of our powers. You see, the giants are placed in the ordning based on their abilities, their skills that they can offer. Some of us storm giants, the more powerful one of us, have the power of divination to interpret signs, to predict the future. Can I share a secret with you, little Zaia?"
Of course! I love secrets. I have a lot of those, actually. Yeah, anyways, what's your secret?
I have seen a way to restore the ordning. I didn't see it at first. I wasn't sure of the visions that I've seen. But talking to you and seeing you in person, it's starting to make sense. You see, The giants believe they can win the favor of Amon to bring back the ordning through impressing the Allfather. And without King Hekaton around, and at the rule of Princess Sarissa, our courts are a mess. There is no organization. Everything is falling apart. The giant lords are abandoning us, and the threat of war amongst the giants themselves is an ever-looming threat, as they are trying to impress Amon individually. But I have seen something. I have seen something in the stars. I have seen a unified group of giants. Unification. All the giant races standing as one. Equal. No ordering to define whether or not the fire higher than the stone or the cloud higher than the frost. But they are all standing as one. One force against an ever-growing threat, a deeper darkness that I do not know of. I thought it was just a dream. I wasn't sure how to interpret it. But seeing you, I think I recognize you. You and a few others.
From previous visions?
Yes.
Yeah, those would probably be my friends. Is there a dragonborn in there?
Possibly. The visions were hazy. But I've seen you standing with the giants. Together. In unison. I'm not sure what it means. But if our only way to restore this ordering is to bring the forces of the giants together in unison to stand against this threat, then this can't be good. Because the Storm Kings don't have the power to do that. Not at a time like this. Not with the court abandoning us. But you, small folk, you are stronger than what you appear to be. I know that. You bested Chief Guh, for example, stole her conch shell.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like, I mean, I'm really happy I got to meet you, although I didn't maybe take the best decision by taking the conch shell.
Well, all I can do is ask, little Zaia. For I have seen in my visions a unified giant. Would you help us unify the giants to stand against whatever threat comes before Faerun?
Of course, because honestly, what I've seen in the past couple weeks, it wasn't the best option.
The giant lords are turning to their own devices, doing what they can to impress the Allfather. They will not listen to Princess Sarissa, not without King Hekaton to drive them into submission. The princess does not have the power to convince the giant lords to side with her, to stand together. Please, you have to find a way. Find a way to make them submit. This, from my visions, it is clear the only way this unification would be possible is by breaking, by weakening, by causing the giants to be desperate for survival. Only then will they put aside their pride and their stature of the ordning and stand as one. I don't care how you do it. Fight them, defeat them,
So is it
kill them if you
good?
must.
Is it good that we left Chief Guh alive, or was that a mistake?
Perhaps, if she's willing to submit when the time comes, to stand together, then it was a good call. If not, she may have to be disposed of, and another take her place. But desperate times call for desperate measures.
Okay. Yeah. So I know that my group of friends, also, by the way, they decided that we were going to call ourselves Torque, which is the Ordning Restoration Council. So I'm assuming that it's kind of related to what you're asking me to do.
Well, that seems to be a fitting name.
Yes, it is,
If you-
indeed.
If indeed you call yourself the Ordning Restoration Council, then I beg you, please, do what you must. Find the Giant Lords, defeat the Giant Lords, and make them submit.
So how do we find those Giant Lords? Do you know where they are? Do you have a map of them? Like, is there any way that you can guide us through that?
I cannot help you. If I were to interfere with my visions, the divinations provided to me from the Allfather himself, I risk ruining the plan, the divine plan of the Allfather. I cannot help you. I can only tell you what I have seen. And I have seen you stand with the giants together.
So what if, like, you see another vision? Then can you share that with us as well?
I can be in contact with you, little Zaia. I will find a way. But please, do not tell too many giants of this plan. If they start plotting against one another and against the storm, all will be lost.
Do any of the other giants know about the king missing?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
So with the Ordning gone and our king gone, our courts being ruled by a soft leader, now is the time for the Giant Lords to strike, to fight amongst themselves, and this is the most dangerous of all times. And this is why it's so important that we unify now more than ever, because I have seen a darkness coming. And if we are scattered amongst ourselves, there's no way we will win. As Zaia jots down all his notes.
Yeah. Wow, this is a big problem you guys have, man.
Not just a problem for us, but a problem for the
problem
small
for-
folk as well.
It is, yeah.
If we fail, then destruction and doom will befall Faerun, most certainly.
Okay, so we need to try to regroup, me and my friends, and then try to find a way to get all of the giants to work together instead of fighting one another to impress the Allfather.
I'm not sure if this will work, but yes, that is.
And you're really okay with a lot of those giants being killed on the process.
My dear Zaia, it was the job of the Storm King to ensure the giants were kept in check. Sometimes this required killing to set an example or to stop the most bloodthirsty of them all from destroying the settlements of the small folk and corrupting the balance in place by the Ordning.
Do you know the king? He went to the location where the queen was found dead when he disappeared as well, or was he somewhere else?
He was out in the seas. We were unsure of which direction or where he was headed.
He was by
But
himself.
he was by himself.
That's odd.
And he was by himself. He was with a few of his most trusted guard.
And they all disappeared?
Not a trace.
And Which ocean was that?
Here in the trackless sea.
Oh, in the trackless sea. Right. Okay. Okay. So, I don't know, but would you be interested in talking to my other friends? Perhaps they might have a little bit of knowledge to share as well? Or
I
are
cannot.
you just...
I cannot leave the course at this time. I need to be an advisor to the princess and ensure
Sure.
everything is kept in order to the best of my abilities, and continue with the
Yes.
investigation to find our king.
Is
Please
there
do not-
any tools or any items you're providing me with to complete this task?
I cannot help you, nor can I. And please, do not speak of this openly here in Maelstrom. There are many, and I assure you, many that hate the small folk. Many blame them for the death of Queen Neri and the disappearance of King Hecaton. Your presence here is not safe.
So what's gonna happen with the conch shell?
We will keep it, and likely return to Chief Guh, with strict orders to ensure that she does not misplace it again. This item is not for you. But remember, you are not the princess. Princess still holds kindly to the small folk, and this is your only saving grace for now.
Well, I'm really glad, because not all small folks are bad.
But when the storm giants blame you for the death of their queen and their missing king,
That's pretty bad.
it's pretty bad.
The last question. Chief Guh has also shared a couple information with me before telling me how to use a conch shell, about how you called upon a meeting with the chiefs of the different giant tribus, gangs.
Yes, we often call them to courts to discuss matters of diplomacy, to ensure that they are not disrupting the balance of Faerun.
So Chief Guh was called and came here with her conch shell, but then
Yes.
there's other giants that didn't show up, from what I've understood from her.
The Thane of the giants, the Thane of the stone giants did not come.
The Thane of the storm giant?
The Thane of the stone
Stone.
giants did not show up. Chief Guh did, as well as the Jarl Storlvald and the Countess Sansuri.
So the only one that didn't show up is the Thane of the stone giants.
The Duke of the Fire Giants showed up a little bit late. He
Oh.
waited till he likes to make a point of showing up late, but he did show. The stone, if it's in my opinion, should be at the bottom of the ordning. They don't seem to care very much. At least Chief Guh made an effort.
That's interesting. But it doesn't mean that it's really bad that they didn't show up. It might just mean that they don't care.
To me, it seems like a play, an attempt to get a head start on impressing the Allfather to restore the ordning. We call many meetings, but we did call an emergency meeting upon when we felt the ordning being shattered, to discuss the circumstance and what will happen going forward. But with the disappearance of King Hecaton and now Princess Sarissa in charge, the giant lords do not respect her. I feel as though it was a mistake to place the heir to the youngest and not the eldest. But so be it.
Okay. This is really helpful for information. But just one more question for you. So you think that your prediction of the future is not restoring the ordning as it was before, but creating a new ordning?
I do not know. Whether new nor old, I've seen the direction we must take.
And the direction is the new ordering.
Whether it restores the old or the new, I have seen unification in the giants.
Okay.
What happens afterwards, I do not know. Whether we win, succeed or fail against this coming storm, I do not know.
Well, that's a lot of information that I cannot share on stage. But that's very helpful in trying to help you.
All right. At which points, let's head back on to the other guys on the field as you and Yimrel, Chancellor Yimrel, are kind of just having a good, solid woman-to-woman discussion.
Still alive. Yes.
Still alive.
What's up, everybody?
What's
Got a
up,
voice.
everybody?
Still alive.
All right. All right, so the timeline of events happening right now is going to be a little skewed. Wolverbane and Rogadar, you're spending the day where you guys left off, right? Correct?
Yeah, we were just gonna set up camp.
All right. You guys
Do
set
some
up camp.
training.
You train a little bit, a little fishing.
Show me a little fighter skill set.
And it is nothing. It's quiet. You see a few elk herds walk by, a few other animals here and there, but generally it's pretty quiet. It's a little less quiet. It's much more quieter with less party members,
I like it.
especially the chatty ones who are stuck in Maelstrom. All right, so we're gonna move on to Annika, Lucius, and Luna. As you guys make your way to just changes everything. You guys make your way to the Iron Road. Along the Iron Road there are a few travelers here and there, but it seems to be fairly quiet. And you make your way westward toward Wamford. You know it's going to be a couple days, about a day and a half to get there. So you cross the bridge that goes over this tributary that had fed Groodhog, and you
Get a fight something? I'm looking for a fight. So, Lucius, tell me about yourself.
What is it that you wish to know that you don't already know?
You're a mysterious dark fellow. I've asked you that once, but
I feel as though I have been more open with you of all than some of the rest of the group has been.
well, I know you're from the Underdark. You
As
ran
are
away.
all drow.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I thought I had something there. What you never got around to telling us what exactly you were trying to do. You just told us you left because it was an abusive home.
I was simply trying to find a better life.
And where is that going to lead you?
Where it has led me is to the Brotherhood of the Zentarum, where I have faithfully served for the past 75 years.
Zentarum is?
yeah, like it's the major faction of this.
Damn, you're one of them? These guys are badass, man.
Pretty sure I told you that when we first met, Annika.
I have not only do I have an eye issue, I also have a head issue. Like, memory doesn't serve me. So Zentarum, eh? Well, what's up with that? What do you do for them?
I do whatever they need me to do, but I specialize in things of a shadier nature.
So is joining the ordering committee of that nature? Are we
For
finding
whatever
ourselves-
reason, the Zentarum have asked me to investigate the collapse of the Ordering and to find out more about the giant attacks. I am eager to send them a message of what we have discovered so far in hopes that they will have something a little more specific for me to accomplish.
True. How do you send them a message? Do you get like a...
I have contacts in most of the cities across this land, and where I Where I do not know them personally, I am very adept at finding them. The Zentarum have eyes and ears in most everywhere in Faerun.
Like the barge right in.
As I said, I have contacts there. They will deliver my message and may also have useful information for us. I figure it's a
Cool.
win-win situation.
I look forward to meeting them. I just keep walking on.
All right. As you guys approach the first kind of bridge, again, that passes over the tributary that fed Groodhog, along the Iron Road, you approach the bridge and you see someone is sitting there. From her clothing, it looks to be a female. She's sitting on a stool and appears to be an easel set up. Large, she's got a large sack, and just from the distance, you can tell she seems to be painting a scene, painting on this easel.
Oh, no, your mic is muted.
She's human?
You can't really tell from the distance. As you guys are discussing, you do see she's sitting there painting, sitting on the bridge, looking out towards the water, towards the hills, and she seems to just be painting the scene.
Let's sneak up on her.
She's just painting, Luna. Do you sense some kind of danger?
Kidding.
Oh,
Totally kidding.
the joke is lost on Lucius. He's like completely straight-faced.
I wave. I just wave as we're walking by her.
All right. So as you kind of approach and you're waving to her,
What is she painting?
you
Just
can't
the
see
scenery?
her. Yeah. So
Oh,
her
right.
back is towards the edge, and she's kind of you pass in front of her as she's looking to the other side of the bridge and beyond. As you guys are waving, she's an elf, again a female elf.
One of us, Lucius.
She stops you first. She's like, excuse me, please pose for me.
Ooh.
Just very, very soft and gentle. She continues to paint.
Okay.
Are
I
you
just go into some
serious?
martial arts stance.
Just
It's good. Take this.
yes, just please pose on the bridge. Yeah, look out to the water or to one another. Just for a moment. I have a good memory. I just need the general sizes and
Am I
the
creeped out by
postures.
Is she creepy?
I mean, she's
Yeah,
soft
can I roll?
spoken.
I want to roll insight to see if there's some.
All right.
I'm still
Ulterior
walking on the bridge. I'm
motive
like,
here.
this is sick. I've never had my painting taken.
All right, yeah, maybe roll
Because
some insight.
this just seems way too weird.
There's no hello or anything. She just asked us to.
No, she
pose.
waved as you waved to her. She waved, and then she said, "Please pose for me."
My insight is terrible. Oh, not bad actually. 16
Ooh.
Yeah,
with a -3. That was a 19 roll.
She just seems kind of socially awkward, but like, damn, she just wants to paint your picture. She wants to.
Okay.
You can tell she just gets. You get this feeling she just wants you to be in the scene. It just embellishes it. And she just continues.
So I see Anakel and Luna kind of. Do they comply?
I'm complying.
Well, I'm going to face the water in the direction that she's painting, and then with my back to her, and then I put my arm on Cinder and I pose.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Feel like this is gonna come back to bite us.
I'm gonna say I kindly decline your offer to be your model.
Ignore him.
I would,
He's, like having fun, and I'm
I'm.
like this.
It's very important to me that my face not be spread around the land, and I just step off to the side, out of view. Like I keep walking towards the edge of the bridge, but I let Anakel
right.
and Luna do whatever they want.
As you're saying that, she just kind of just
You
raises
know,
her
Dad, you
eyebrow.
don't get to tell me what to do.
She just looks at you and follows you and just goes back to painting. And as Anakel's there in his martial arts stance and Luna's looking out to the water with yes, very nice. Very nice. And she continues painting and it takes a few moments. With that, we're gonna go back to Maelstrom. Let's get things rolling here. Is there anything that Wolverbane or Rogdar you guys want to do in your? It's not nothing's happening over there. You guys are just waiting.
I
How
think
long
we're
has it been so far?
We're gonna say about half a day, almost. Yeah, about half a day.
Hey, Wolverine, should we go hunting for some food?
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm getting a little hungry.
Cool.
I think
We have
we've,
loin meats.
I think we've probably had all the conversation that we can stand. We're both pretty strong selling type kind of guys, I think.
There's been a lot of
Wolverine?
talk these past few days. DM, where's the nearest forest to us? And or
It would be the high forest to your east, which is far. It is very, very far. To make the trek to the high forest would take you days.
Well, we did see what was it, elk passing by earlier.
Yeah, you saw a few herds of elk.
Hmm.
They kind of come and go.
Well, let's
Yeah.
keep the camp in our sight in case Zaia bamps back.
Elk burgers.
yeah, that works.
All right, you guys follow up and down the river. You notice you find the elk. They're clearly like kind of their watering hole. They had left the high. Were traveling the Desrin Valley, and you track them up and down the river, and you hunt one down.
The weakest and the lame one, though. We want to keep the herd strong.
True to your dragonborn ways of the clan, you take out the weakest.
I look at him a little funny. That's a strange way to hunt.
It's a little dark.
I want to make
We
jerky.
need food for the clan somehow.
I need to replenish my jerky supplies. I take out my
How many are you tracking it?
drying. What?
Have you been tracking your jerky?
Yeah, I have all my jerky. Let's see how many I have. I have a lot.
You have like an accountant's book?
Yeah, I have 66 jerky rations right now,
Wow.
not
How many did
including 10 boulette jerkies.
How many did you
Wow.
start with? It was like 80 something?
It was maybe 90s.
Is jerky
And I
salty?
just start throwing it.
It's
and-
salty now because he keeps it in his loins.
Ew.
It's my loincloth. Only some of it's in my loincloth. This stuff I want to make savory.
The one that, the aging ones.
All right,
I-
back in Mel.
I can use for bait and
Swooning girls.
Snacks.
All right, back at Maelstrom. Zaia and Yimmerl have been having a conversation. Is there anything you want to ask? I guess it's Zaia. You kind of get a clear picture of what Yimmerl is asking you, what she believes through her visions as a storm giant diviner. What it is that she feels that the storm giants and the giants in general need to do to achieve the ordaining. Is there anything else that you would like to ask her?
Well, you spoke about the power of divination for the storm. Is it
Mhm.
possible to know what the other giants have as like equivalent of power-ish?
Of course. The ordaining, of course, we're at the top because of this power and our ability to keep the other giants in check. The cloud giants are just below us, not too far, but they're very aloof, very aristocratic. They're there because of their ability to be somewhat civilized and have been known to deal with the lesser giants and the smaller folk. They are simply defined by their extravagance, artwork and masks and all sorts of beautiful artifacts. This is what defines the cloud giants. Below them are the fire giants, tyrannical and warmongering. They are ranked in their place by their forging skills. Their forging skills and their military.
Ooh.
Below them are the frost giants, merciless and predatory.
Okay,
They
you
are-
mean stone?
Frost are below the fire.
What are we here?
We are the storm.
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. Frost. This is different.
Frost falls below the fire, not too far below the fire, but are ranked due to their mercilessness, and predatory.
So they're mercenaries.
Nature. Of sorts, they are ranked by their martial prowess. They are raiders and plunderers, and of a barbaric nature. They craft magnificent longships and raid up and down the Sword Coast. understand is the telephone.
Sorry.
It rings with a beautiful sound that pierces every ear. Below the frost giants are the stone. Xenophobic is their nature. Rarely surfacing to what they call the realm of dreams. The surface lands. Their social structure is based on their ability to sculpt. The better the sculptor, the higher their place within the stone community. In fact, the statues you see outside your door were crafted by some great craftsmanship of the stone themselves. And at the bottom is the hill giants, the smallest, gluttonous and loathsome. They are simple creatures who live in fear of the rest of us. To them, bigger is stronger. Does that answer your question, Zaia?
Yes, that's a very complete answer.
Is there anything else you want to ask Ymrel?
Is this like a goodbye, or is there any way I can come back
You
if
cannot
there's
return.
anything?
Return only once you've achieved what I have asked you. To return before then would be suicide. I cannot protect you like I have today. I can only do so much as a chancellor. I've convinced Imperator Uthor to stay his hands only because the princess rules at this moment and because she has a fondness for small folk. She would not approve of any small folk being killed here in Maelstrom. But if you return with nothing to show, I'm afraid I cannot protect you.
No, I think what you want from me is pretty clear.
She gets up after again, not sure how much time has passed. She gets up and brushes her legs, retrieves the little music box that was playing, puts it in her pouch, in her pocket. She says, well, Zaia, this has been a great woman-to-woman chat. And once again, I beg the Ordering Restoration Council to do their best in helping us. And
We surely will try our best, and hopefully we'll make it.
She
Death
bows.
calling.
She bows very deeply towards you, Zaia, although she still towers over you. She says, and I will do my best to provide counsel to the princess in this time of need as we search for our king. I will do my best to hold the other giants at bay from harming your lands any further, but I cannot promise anything.
Yes. Okay. And also, I kind of would suggest not letting the princess out at this point.
We, of course, will not let her out of our sights. This is why you were met with such hostility. It was believed you were an assassin to finish the job, either kill the Princess Sarissa or her sisters, Mirren and Nim.
Okay. She has also sisters. Okay.
All right, so Ymrel bows again, and she takes her leave, leaving you alone in the room.
Wait!
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
so how much more time am I gonna have to stay in this room?
Please, not much longer. I need to now bargain for your release. Be assured it will not be a problem, but it may take some time. Please make yourself comfortable, and a guard will return with your things once I have bargained your release.
Okay, thank you.
And she leaves. After some time, again, you are not sure. You were getting tired already as it was. You don't know how long it's been. You're laying upon the bed, Zaia. Sometime later, the door opens, and in walks one of the storm giants. He is carrying your possessions. and he approaches the middle of the room and he places them in the center of the room for you to retrieve.
Can I go check that everything is still there?
Yes, you may. As you rummage through your things, he watches you, but with less hostility this time. He doesn't have his weapon drawn. He just stands there with his hands in front of him, clasped, and he's just watching you. You rummage through your things, and indeed everything is there. Nothing seems to have been stolen.
Okay. Thank you for returning all of my stuff.
He doesn't say anything. As he heads out the door, the Imperator Uthor is standing in the doorway and says, "Come, Zaia. You must leave Maelstrom now."
So I go to him.
All right. As you're going, he escorts you back into the large room that you had entered in from. He says, "Well, it appears you have friends in high places. The Chancellor spoke highly of you. You seem to have impressed her. But
I like to keep good relations with the people I meet.
well, I won't say that you were lucky this time. But if you were to return to Maelstrom, be sure that the Chancellor would not get a chance to meet you again. We don't trust you, and we don't like you. What your kind has done to our king and to our queen is unforgivable." As you enter the room, you now see the giant rune on the ground starting to glow. The Imperator is standing next to it. He just takes his hand and he points to the center of the room. And he says, "Now leave."
Can I just ask you a quick question?
Make it quick.
Where is this gonna take me?
He just smiles at you. "Leave Maelstrom at once."
Okay, fine. I don't really have a choice.
And with that, with your bag of holding packed and all your gear, you step into the center of the room. The engraving shoots with light. There's like this lightning, electricity starts shooting all around the carving, and following the pattern. Before all connecting at your feet, you feel a warm pulse kind of just through your body from the feet to your head. Suddenly, the room begins to swirl as you're being pulled down again into a whirlpool of water, disappearing.
I put my cape up again. Well, I never really put it down, but yeah.
Yep, you put it up to quickly breathe, and you are swallowed into a whirlpool of water to darkness. And now we shall return to our friends on the land.
Can you ping us?
Yep, just 1 second. All right. Yeah, it's like it's kind of the late afternoon at this point. Rogadar and Wolverbane, you guys are cooking up the elk meat that you have gathered, just eating in silence like two burly men out on a camping trip. You know what happens here on the mountains stays in the mountains. Nobody needs to know.
Have I successfully made any more jerky?
Yeah, make a let's see, make a
Jerky check.
what's a good cooking?
Is it
Cooking.
survival? or-
Probably
Yeah,
survival.
survival. Make a survival check.
Nope. Instead.
Yeah, you just burned all your meat. You burned almost all the meats that you.
Well,
tried
but
to-
I would not have let him use all of them.
No,
What's
no,
wrong?
all his portion. You guys split the portions, and Wolverbane, thinking first of the jerky before your hunger, you burnt almost all the meat that you had actually that was owed to you. So you are left with small portions. You know, not learning the first time you burnt it, you kept trying. You're like, I can do better. I can swear, I can make this back.
I
can
can
make my
do
money
it.
back.
I've done it before. Believe me.
I would
Oh,
say
I'm good at this.
performance check, right? I wouldn't say survival.
Uh,
Survival.
I don't know. Okay.
Well, performance, I have a -2.
All right.
Never mind then.
All right, so you guys.
Unless I'm so angry, I get advantage at one point because I'm raging.
Nah.
You're so upset that you burned through your meat that you just.
So it is a late afternoon, also on the bridge at one.
And then I remember that you don't cook meat to dry jerky; you just hang it out. and
That's
salt it.
true.
I did it wrong.
I'll put the salt on it.
I have the
Alright.
leg just shoved in my mouth right now, so I'm not really talking back when he's going into this outburst.
Yeah,
Are
you're
you
just
eating it raw?
you're just eating it.
No, I've cooked it.
All right. On the bridge, on the way to Wamford,
Oh yes.
you're posed as this elf paints her picture, and Lucius stands off to the side, impatiently waiting because this is taking a lot longer than you anticipated.
She said she would remember. She would just glance and remember.
Yeah, why don't we just go?
But she's kind of just one more moment, please. And it's not that she doesn't remember. It's that she's moving so slowly, like so carefully. She's just dipping her page, just slowly, and very carefully drawing everything. She's like a sloth.
I kind of say through like with a thinly veiled politeness, or with a thin mask of politeness. If you wouldn't mind hurrying up, we do have important business to attend to.
She kind of slowly turns her head towards you. Lucius says, "Okay." Dips her brush
This is
in
the
the
DM stalling us.
and she.
I know it is.
she pays, at which points, you're
You get a
about,
magical item out of it. don't worry.
you're about to give up, Anakel and Luna. You're both like, okay, this is obviously taking way too much time. When behind you, Anakel, you hear this large splash. Luna, you catch a glimpse of the water just erupting in the river. The painter, Lucius, as you quickly look at the painter, she kind of is taken aback, and you've never seen her hand move faster than before. You see, and she starts whipping paint like in a ridiculous manner. It is so fast. And
Is she having a seizure, or is she just like
no, like
actually capturing it?
I think a
as she
seizure.
sees the water in the river erupt in her beautifully tranquil scene. So just 1 second. Yeah, so in this sweeping fist of a scene of the land beyond, this water shoots up right behind the bridge, just skyrocketing, and she just immediately starts painting as much as she can in rapid motions.
Can I just like
Lucius-
peek over my phone?
Yeah, you
Oh.
peek, you can't see anything. Luna, Lucius, you look up, so you see a little body being thrown out of the water, thrust up into hundreds of feet into the air.
I take my bow, and I'm just kidding. I reach my bow quickly. No, I'm not. Nope.
It's like, ooh, flying fish.
Ooh, yummy.
Did you say 100 feet into the air?
That's
about 100
far.
feet in the air? It's
That's
deep-
a big fall.
Oh, she's flying up. Yeah, it's a terrible fall.
That's like a 60 d6 damage fall.
Am I falling down yet?
Zaia, you're
Oh wait, Zaia.
you're getting
Wait, you didn't get that?
Zaia, as you get pulled down, you feel this rush of energy just thrust you forward in the water. It pricks at your skin. Next thing you know, you open your eyes to see yourself just rapidly leaving the ground. You see the water below you. You see the bridge. You suddenly see the landscape around you and realize you're really high up. And then
Do we know that, Zaia?
You have no idea. Lucius and Luna.
Shoot it!
It doesn't take you long to notice the colorful locks of hair amongst the water as Zaia is now rapidly falling down towards the earth.
So it is her.
Towards
So I
the
reach
earth?
for my bow again. I'm kidding.
So did she get like pushed?
Yeah,
Like,
as far as you know, it's
on
like a
an
geyser.
angle?
Nope, just shot right up.
Well, she fall back into the water.
Well, wait. Now, how do we catch her?
Zaia, you look now as you begin to fall. Your projectile motion is heading straight to the water.
It's fine.
Hey, do you have
I
any
just-
like things?
I
I
take it.
just roll my eyes. I just roll
No,
my
you're gonna
eyes.
die.
I'm still posing because I don't know. I'm just. Huh? Okay.
What?
You still got this?
Oh, because you can't see. Oh, Lucius, do you
When
have
I-
anything that could slow her fall?
When
Nope.
I'm scared.
When
Roll a
I
deception check.
when I'm on my way falling down, I'm gonna
Language
cast
is down.
Featherfall on myself.
Okay,
What'd you
as
say?
you approach the precarious moments of impact, you quickly cast Featherfall. You guys watch as Zaia's motion immediately slows down and back into the water.
Oh,
I turn to
okay.
the others and I say, I told you she can take care of herself.
Oh well, we should probably let Wolverine and Rogadar know. Oh, how's the paint coming along? What's your name?
My name is Veline Sunshadow,
Wow.
and she's just like
I dig
rapidly
it.
painting.
How
Are
far
you
am
almost
I?
done? We need to wrap this up.
A masterpiece. She picks up and turns it around, and it's a painting of Anikel standing there, Luna with this shocked expression, like water shooting up, and this body of a halfling like flying up in the sky.
That's amazing.
And,
That's what we need to
and-
see.
And Lucius is like this.
yeah, she has
Not
she
like
has,
this.
I'm not in it.
She has like the perspective she was doing. She included Lucius just ever so lightly, just like half his body off
Like
of the
this?
side. It's very small. You can't really tell what his face looks like, but she, in spite of your opinion, she was looking at you and she kind of just
Ooh.
did
Got a
it kinda
secret
looks like-
admirer.
but you're just there, barely.
Is there
I walk
any,
over-
like, it's not at all recognizable, though.
no,
right?
it's like black robes, like half a face.
Okay.
It's
Then
very- you're tiny, like you're kind of off in the distance. She puts you like on a hill far away. You're not like on the bridge.
I kind of scowl under my hood, but I don't make a big deal of it as long as I'm not recognizable.
Yeah,
I walk
you're-
over to her and I take the painting.
She doesn't
totally
hand it to
know-
you. She doesn't hold it. She
What?
just holds on to it. She's like, oh,
I'm okay. I'm holding it in
Excuse
her hand. I'm like, this is amazing. Even though I can't see it.
absolutely.
May I buy it
see all
off
the
you?
details of the paint strokes.
And I hold out 10 golden
If
coins.
you start feeling it, you'll smudge the paint.
She says, unfortunately, this one's not for sale. It's so it's for somebody else.
Oh,
But
we
I'm
know
sure
who-
they will.
It's gonna be us. We're famous now. You need our autographs?
No, I do not. And she takes the painting back and begins to sign her name at the bottom. She's like, thank you very much. You may be on your way.
I feel like I'm jipped.
You got
Well, that
nothing
wasn't
out of it.
Okay. So at this point, we know Zaia's here.
Am I still like flowing down the river or something?
Yeah, so you land in the water and you swim to the embankments. You had catch a glimpse of few of your party members on the bridge on your way down.
Did I
put
notice who?
I put my finger to my ear and I say, Wolverbane, Rogadar, you may as well come. Zaia has turned up after all.
What?
Yeah, Rogadar, Wolverine, where are you
Are
guys?
you serious?
We're having
What
a
happened?
delicious deer dinner right now.
Where do you go? Why are you with them?
Well, I don't know. They just happened to be by the water, and this is where I came back to.
I hope it was a
But-
profitable excursion
wait,
that you got
wait.
yourself into.
Wait a minute, wait, did you guys leave me behind?
Yes.
Yup.
Rogadar and
Did you leave us
Wolverine stayed
behind?
No.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
left
Behind.
not on purpose. You guys
Uh,
left fully on
You
purpose.
blew on that thing, and you knew that there's a chance that you'd be somewhere else or something
How-
bad would happen. and you left anyway.
How would I know there's a chance of that happening?
Wait.
How would
did
you not
know?
know? Like, that's a risk that you were willing to take, and you didn't tell us about it before you left, so we couldn't wait around indefinitely.
Well, you didn't wait at all, apparently.
Nope. The plan was to go to Barge Right Inn to set up a camp while we wait for Wolverbane and Rogadar. We were going to wait for 1 day for you. We were splitting the party. So being efficient.
Now I know who to trust. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, us
You
too.
lost our trust already.
Yes, we also know.
You're
who
just
to
lucky you
trust.
found us.
It's been
So
a
should we-
learning experience for us all.
Yes.
Should we wait? Should we continue to Barge Right In and wait for Rogadar and Wolverine there? Or
Might as well.
No, I'm gonna wait for Rogadar and Wolverine.
I just got the joke of that name now. I don't know why that took me so long.
What?
Oh,
What
barge
name?
right.
Barge right in.
Oh yeah. It's approaching nighttime. You know you won't make it to Wamford on this day.
Wamford
You would have to
inside.
set up. You would have to set up set up camp at some point.
Okay.
I guess we better just pack up camp. Let's huff
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
might as
come
well.
meet with us, guys.
Oh, we're like a half a day ahead of them, right?
We can
Yeah.
we can dash the whole way. That'll be
Yeah,
fine.
you can like pick up the pace.
Training 2.0. Start the jog now.
We're both in really good shape.
Okay, so you pack up your goods and try to make some distance before having to take a rest. The rest of you guys, what do you do? What do you guys do?
We'll just rest in.
So wait, it's night. It just
It's
wait,
approaching.
we got-
No, you guys can. You have more time. It's like late evening.
Well, let's just keep going.
I would
Go a
push to
little bit
continue.
longer.
All right, we'll keep going then. We can meet them in Barge Right. They know we're coming.
Yeah.
Going there.
Since they seem so
Well
set,
fed.
so impressed with their own athletic ability, they can
Yeah,
catch
well,
up to
yeah.
us.
I hope we meet up with the teleporter halfway and then get them to teleport us there, and we're there first. That would be funny.
What teleporter is this?
Oh, I'm just hoping that some random teleporter is just wandering around.
Okay.
You fall
know,
into a hole. Zaia, where are you staying?
I kind of want to wait.
Okay, so you're gonna wait on the bridge.
I'm gonna wait on the bridge, and I'm gonna put up my
Yes, we successfully kept the party split 3 ways.
We
If-
did it, guys.
If I can hear
But I'm not gonna-
over the earpiece, I can't hear what's going
Also
on.
pushing it, right?
Huh?
Yeah, you have to actively like tap.
If
your-
I would I hear you guys saying that Zaia wants to stay behind and wait for us?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you guys.
I would say
I'm waiting. I'm waiting by the bridge, but not on the bridge because that's too dangerous. I'll
I'd
wait
say
off
just
the bridge.
go with them. Don't.
No,
just
these guys
wait
left
behind.
me behind. I don't want to walk with them. That's just awkward.
You're gonna be all alone.
As we walk away, I say, try not to get into any more trouble while you wait for your other friends.
Ooh.
And if you try to do something, make sure you tell them first. And we can.
I did tell Rogadar. Stop.
Okay, whatever you say. And I'm
Well,
walking.
Bye.
How good for Rogadar.
All right, so with the party split 3 ways, now will be the time to kill you guys. I should just do it. Serves you all right.
I'll put my HUD up.
All right, so Zaia, you put your HUD up off the road, away from the bridge.
Yeah.
Lucius, Wolverbane, Lucius, Luda, Anakel, Cinder. You guys make a way further down the road before pitching up your tents. Wolverbane and Rogadar, they're one punch manning it, just huffing it. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, a banana for breakfast every day.
A banana.
What is a round? Oh, yeah. What's a round?
Just the river. I mean, some hills. What are
Can
you
I
looking
can I while I wait for them also cast Francis
for? Sure. Can you
Okay.
do that with the HUD as well?
after? Like
Okay.
it's up, right?
Concentration spells? No. Okay.
Well, no. The HUD once it's up, it's just up.
Okay.
It lasts for 8 hours, but I'm not concentrating for 8 hours. It's a ritual, and then it's just up, so it's done. So after that's
Okay.
up and done, as long as I stay inside. So I stay inside,
Okay, please. Just
Okay,
Francis.
cast Francis, and then I'm gonna send him to try to get some fish.
Okay.
But I don't think it's gonna work. But I'm still gonna try it, or
Uh,
something like food from the river.
Okay. I mean. Okay. Sounds good.
We'll try.
Let's see.
Or like shrimps at the bottom or something. I don't know.
Yeah, shrimp. That's good. That's a good idea. Shrimp in the river. Let's see.
Okay.
Clams.
I don't know, something that he can get.
Yeah, he has a hard time catching moving objects. He comes back with a few dead fish that were just kind of up against the shore. He managed to catch those, but they're tiny because he can't carry too much.
Yeah.
But he comes back with a few dead fish.
Okay,
You're not
great.
Sure how long ago they have been dead?
No.
It's fine. I grab them and I put them in my bag of holding. How many is there?
You get three small fish
Wonderful.
that are rotting. All right. So you all end up taking a rest over the nights in 3 different locations. Rogadar and Roverbane, you eventually had to rest and, call it a night. But neither one of you want to admit it was because you were tired. So you kind of you have that awkward, no, we both could have totally kept going, but
Did they get to me though?
We should have
we got this meat. Still, we got some deer left over. We should
They're
really
each
eat that
like-
up tonight.
They're each like, you look a little tired. No, we should rest.
Did they get to me though, or they're not
No.
even?
No.
What?
New personal record. I'm good for the rest.
You're between them and us, basically. You're in the middle right
Yeah.
now.
So everyone's like some distance from each other now at this point. You're all spending the night by yourselves.
But so as we're lying under the stars, like really sad music starts playing, then we all have memories of like when we were kids and playing. Like, where did the good times go?
And we realize
under
we
the
need to
stars?
stick together.
Yeah.
This sounds like pretty fun,
A
actually.
tear just rolled down my eye. I mean, it
Aw.
soaks in the bandages.
Man, if I knew you guys were gonna split it 3 ways, I would have just wrecked you.
You knew.
Would have given me a good chance to try my level 7
It
stuff.
would have been a great time for a
You
3-way
knew this was
combat.
bound to happen, though.
All
No.
right.
Okay, so I guess we just sleep for the night.
Wolverbane, watches or just sleep?
Let's just cover ourselves with leaves and just
Sleep it is then.
bury ourselves in mud and sleep.
Perfect, I like it.
All right. So just going forward, are you guys gonna wait for each other, or are you all gonna continue on to work forward?
No, our plan is to get to Wumford. No, Barge Right. We don't wait at Barge Right for them.
Okay. All right. So as you guys are on the road, or close to the road, anyways, the activity is pretty sparse. You're not really in a threatening area. You're pretty close to a town. The general activity here at night is fairly quiet. You don't encounter too much activity. And you wake up in 3 different locations.
In 3 different
I
ways.
recast my hut.
Okay. After your hut, you quickly just put it back up.
If Anakel wasn't with us, we could have just done a 4-hour rest and then headed out.
It
No.
ruins everything.
Except for being burned. You do have a wolf, you know that, right? He needs 8 hours of rest.
All right. So who's going first? Who?
It can be my backpack.
I like Lucius's face. He's just like, yeah, whatever.
Wolverine and I, we
Fine.
get up and we start jogging again, I'm guessing.
You start jogging. Zaia, you're waiting for these guys.
Yeah.
All right. So
We have the was it Champions of Fire? What's that?
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of Fire.
Yeah. So it takes
Slow
you
motion running. We look to each other just like
before your legs give out because you're so tired from yesterday. Yeah, it takes a greater part of the morning to get to the bridge. Following the iron road, it's not too difficult. You can't get lost. You spot Zaia's little hut in the distance on the bridge.
I pull out my.
Can we? Or is it invisible to us?
No, you see it.
Nice.
Okay.
Is it a black dome?
It's whatever color she wishes.
Rainbow
I-
probably.
Pull out what it's called.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I pull out my sunset stein. And I wait for them.
Are you inside
We
the
don't see that though.
tent?
So you sit inside your hut, and they're just running towards you. They don't see the stein,
No, it's okay.
nor can they enter.
No, but I wait for them.
I
When-
try to run right inside.
When they get like 100 feet from there, I get up and I start like hooraying them.
From inside the hut.
No, I run out. Like
Okay,
in-
so you leave the hut, and it's like a the finale,
Woo!
the cross the finish line. As Zaia's there with her stein,
Yeah.
it's too big for her hands, and she's shaking it. And she's like, "Woo!"
Yeah.
But who crosses the line first?
Tom Cruise run.
Yeah.
All right, make an athletics check to see who
Yeah,
crosses.
now it's a competition.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I want to see.
Who gets the stein?
One of us rolls a natural one, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Yeah, athletics.
Do it, do it.
Ooh!
Oh.
Oh wow.
Wow, that could not have been closer.
As you guys are toe to toe. Wolverbane just flexes his pecs and his nipples go. By them his nipples as he crossed that finish line for Rogadar.
And I pour ale in Wolverbane's face.
In my face? Yes.
And Wolverbane is the winner of the Iron Road
Champion.
race. Champion of the Iron Road race.
Man,
Guys,
I win a
have
lot of things.
so much to tell you.
Did the others go on?
Yeah, they just didn't want to wait.
So did you just blow that conch and then you got shot out of this river? And
So
No.
you're missing the past 20 hours or what?
Okay,
Yeah,
so wait, just
no.
real quick. Wait, real quick. Are you guys gonna continue your journey to catch up to Wanford?
Oh yeah, let's walk.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll.
On your
we'll
Tell
walk
us
and talk.
tell us on the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fill up
As
my
you-
flagon.
All right, as you guys continue your journey, we're gonna go to Lucius and the other crew. As you guys are making your way down the road, as you get closer to Wamford, the activity and the travel and the traffic becomes a little more dense. Not too much, but there's a lot more activity. You're starting to see kind of sticks thrust into the ground with in the distance. You see sticks thrust alongside the iron road with parchments with pieces of paper on it. It looks to be some sort of notice, and they're kind of placed every so often. Some are hammered up into signs, and some are hammered into trees that are nearby. But seems to be someone who's been putting up.
Ooh, I want to
notices
read
of
it. I
sorts.
want to read it.
Yeah, what are the
Read it to me.
notices?
All right, you approach it, and it just has some text, and at the very top, it kind of like in a title, it says, "Calling all adventurers," in like this very bold font. You get this like really, feeling from it.
Comic Sans.
It's Comic Sans, and then the rest of
Oh
it's the rest of it's written in the papyrus font, and you're just like, oh, geez, here we go.
Why?
As you kind of read through the rest of it, it says, "Giants are threatening our families, our homes, and our lands. Make a stand today and join in the fight to protect Faerun. Ask at your local inn or tavern to help make a difference." And then kind of like
Batteries sold separately.
yeah, as like it has like the phrases there, and it's all embellished with images of like killing giants. There's like this depiction, I guess like an emblem or like an image. It shows like an axe and a hammer like this, and then in between here, filling the gap of this kind of like peak, are the swords and spears of different types of weapons. And underneath it is kind of a quote that says, "Small in size, but giants together."
It's cute.
And at the very bottom it says, "The Mountain Crashers."
Oh, we don't know. Sorry, we don't know them, right?
No, we don't know.
Oh shit.
I told you guys. I told you guys as soon as I met you.
Yeah, but like we don't have a like. I mean, we were like, oh yeah, that sounds familiar. That's the people, but we're like, oh
Does
shit.
Lucius
okay,
know?
We know who they are. No.
Yeah. Yeah, like he on the campfire night where we all talked, he brought them up. Said they were after him.
We should probably tell Wolverbane, Lucius. You have the earpiece.
Wolverbane, you should know that the mountain crashers seem to have advertisements up around this place. Wamford, that is.
Womp womp.
Oh wait,
What's he saying?
Wolverine.
Well, that was
the-
enlightening. Let's continue
That
on.
was searching after you. You mentioned a ways back.
These guys have been hunting me.
Better keep a low profile then.
so should we stay kind of away from them?
I don't have any disguises. I can't make myself any smaller.
But I have disguises. Although I can't make you smaller.
We're
I can
make
supposed to
you
be going
invisible.
to the barge right in, and that's past it, right? Is there a route around?
As far as I'm aware, there is only one bridge
Okay, but I
But,
can make you invisible.
carries us to the.
Wolverine.
You can make me invisible.
I can make you invisible.
There you go. Problem solved.
Okay. So don't mention my name. If you can find out anything about a dwarf named Slipskin, I'm looking for him. He set me up.
I do not intend to stop for petty personal matters. I'll be continuing on to the barge right in, one way or another.
Just don't mention my name to anybody.
I had no intention of doing so.
Okay. Zaia, I guess, yeah, make me invisible. That's all we
Like
can do.
now or when we get closer?
How far are we from
You guys are
Wumford right now?
you guys are a good 5 hours behind these guys.
Okay,
Okay,
not
let's stay off the road though, because if they have
now. Yeah.
any of the mountain crashers heading this way, I don't want to meet.
Do they all know you?
Yes.
Oh,
I
shit.
took out a bunch of them. They
Okay.
attacked me. They tried to kill me.
Okay, so
And,
do you still want me to kind of disguise you until we go?
Okay, yeah. What do you got?
Okay, what do I have? I have disguise kit.
Yeah, like small like makeup and facial things that could embellish your looks a little bit to kind of
Yeah.
throw you off. Perhaps
Sure.
cutting the beard.
Cutting.
No.
What about? Do you have a mask that can cover my face, or a hood, or?
Yeah.
That's inconspicuous.
Yeah.
I have 3 costumes, but I'm guessing they're too small. I'm guessing they're human size.
Well, if they're yours, they're not gonna fit me.
It's true.
Just sprinkle glitter on them.
I can.
He's fabulous.
Can he wear human clothes, or he can't wear human
Yeah,
clothes?
medium-sized clothes.
I have red robes,
They'll be really tight. Red robes.
and
I have-
that's kind of a bad idea to put red on you, though. It's like a little.
Target.
Yeah.
I have
not
my
a-
old cloak.
Honestly, I don't think it actually matters because of my size. Because
Yeah.
these guys hunt larger prey than average. That's their whole shtick. The mountain
Oh.
crashers.
Oh!
They're
Oh no,
they're-
I can't do that.
they're a giant hunting guild.
Okay. So, can you crouch? Can you walk crouched?
Walk on my knees.
Yeah! For how long can you do that?
Just hide. Just stay
No.
away.
I think it'll be fine if we just cast invisibility when we get close to the town.
Okay, listen. I'll just, Rogadar and myself and yourself will just stay ready and walk close to me, and if anything, I'll just cast invisibility right away. As soon as we see something that looks like dwarfs.
Oh no, they're not all dwarves. There's just
Oh.
the one dwarf.
Oh. Okay, but as soon as we see anything that looks like they're having a symbol of a mountain on their chest
Okay.
or something.
All right. So the rest of you, Lucius and friends, Lucius and companions. Sorry, Lucius has no friends. Just kidding.
That's not true. I have friends. Kello
yes.
is my friend.
That's true.
Who's your friend?
As you guys now approach Wamford, you see it in the near distance, just kind of straddling the Desrin River. As you approach it, it looks to be a tiny village that is nestled along the Iron Road. It's a village that has a dock along this Desrin River that appears to be used for shipping grains from its mills. And you notice that there are some small farmlands, small mills and granaries, a small version of golden fields. It looks like you can see boats kind of going down the river as they're presumably transporting it down towards Waterdeep.
So can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Where was it that I killed that kid? I forget the city. It was near Waterdeep, right?
It was another island off the coast of Waterdeep, yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
In this town, you see that there appears to be a little market that's bustling along the road, and it appears to be supplied, with some various produce. Aside from the farmlands, there are a handful of granaries and a large handful of cottages along the road and off to the side. And just beyond the town itself, the town proper, you do see a small bridge that spans the Deshrin River. This bridge is very narrow, very rickety, and very it's poorly put together. It looks like Groundhog all over again.
Is our friend painting there?
I want to grab the nearest person that I see.
Yep.
And say, the bridge to barge right in. It looks a little ill-repaired. Do you know if it is safe to cross?
It's just this. It's a female who's just walking by. Seems to be a local. Her thick accent kind of throws you off. Okay, I'll get her accent. Damn it! I gotta get her accent. She says, "Aye, we cross over it all the time. There's nothing to be afraid of there on the bridge. It's gonna be okay. You can cross it over if you're headed to the barge right in." And now, as she does a point, you can see up on the hill this looming, just this terrible looking infrastructure of a settlements. The barge right in is just looming over Wamford on the other side of the river, up on a hill. Just the time of day, it's casting this shadow on Wamford. It's ominous. It's very Ravenlofty. And you can see it's made of a lot of wood and stone, but it looks, you can see kind of almost like a shanty town sort of look to it that's peering over the tall walls that surround it.
It seemed nicer in the tour guide.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate your information.
Not a problem. And she goes back to doing her business.
Well, with that out of the way, let's continue.
All right, as you head into town, you're coming across, going down the main road, you come across the small marketplace. It's got just basic produce that you could assume was produced here around Mumford.
A farmer's market?
Of sorts. You spot an inn, not too far. It's called the Iron Way. It doesn't have an emblem, but just the sign swings in the wind.
I veer off. I'll be like, yo guys, I'll meet you up at barge right. I'm gonna see about this whole address thing.
And just kind of
split the party some more.
now we got 4. And why not?
Let's
make it 5.
Kidding.
No, I've regrouped.
You see further just down the road, closer towards the Iron Bridge, is a general store. This one called the Winking Worm.
Ew.
Worm spelled W-Y-R-M, like a dragon.
Like a wyvern.
Yeah, wyvern.
Oh.
So
what
does anyone do?
I say, what is it that you wanted to figure out, Anakel?
I think I want to find out more about this thing. These giant this posting might be fun. We're investigating giants. They might have some more information.
Just be careful. You heard what Wolverbane said.
Yeah, but I'm not a big guy. Don't worry about it. They seem genuinely interested for help.
All right, so Anakel, you duck into the Iron Way.
So are we assuming that anything you hear on the earpiece you're reiterating to us?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, unless
You have to say you're saying it over the earpiece.
Okay.
Did anybody take polymorph?
Nope.
That is for us to know and for you to find out.
That's why I said earlier, I was like, oh wait, never mind. I took the other one.
All right, so we're gonna commit to this accent now because if I've just I have no choice. Actually, you know what? That works really well. As you enter the Iron Way,
Wait, can I? Oh wait, are we back at us or no?
The winking worm.
Are you in the Iron Way, Zaia?
I don't know. Like I'm with
you
those.
don't. You don't know. Oh, you're not walking in.
I'm with Wolverbane and Rogadar. Is that our turn or not?
No, it's not.
No, we're 5 hours out from there.
Oh,
wow.
you're actually confused. I thought you were mocking me.
No, I'm not confused. I know what's going on. Come on, I'm the Dungeon Master.
He is
All right,
mocking.
all right. Anakel
Oh my
walks
God.
into the Iron Way because he's the only one going into the inn.
Oh, okay. I thought that it was a tradition that you're coming back to us, but never mind.
As you walk in, it is
Yeah, I don't walk in. I barge right in.
No, this is the wrong place. This is the wrong place.
Oh, I mean, okay, sorry.
So you barge right into the door. You walk in. You can sense there are not a lot of patrons at the moment. Kind of midday. Womford is a tiny, tiny village. The owner, the proprietor of the Iron Way, sees you and says, "Let me just fix my voice here."
He's got giggles. You know that.
I can't do this voice. I can't do this accent anymore. Welcome to the Iron Way. The name is Nihilus. What you doing over here? What can I do you for?
What's up, Nihilus? And I just take a stool at the bar. I'm assuming there's one there.
And he's just cleaning a glass. He's like, "Welcome to Wormford. Is this your first time here?"
Yeah, but we saw some notices outside. The Hunters Guild. No, giant hill crashers.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. No hill crashers here in Wormford.
What are their names? The sign out there. You guys are. There's someone looking for help with the giant problem you guys have.
Ken looks around. He's
The
like,
hill crashers.
hill crashers? I don't know the hill crashers, but maybe someone here and anyone might know something.
As you can see, I wear bandages. My memory doesn't serve me.
What brings you here to Wormford?
So do you know nothing about these signs outside being posted? It says to go to your nearest inn.
I didn't think it was so sunny outside. You got a heat stroke, son?
I'm so confused.
You seem to have a little problem with communicating your words to me. In the accent,
That's your name.
I mean, the accent has caused.
I've talked to people that sound exactly like that.
The accent has caused problems here in Wormford before. Place used to be called the Iron Ford. You know what I'm saying? The idea goes called the Iron Ford because we're on the Iron Road. But not long ago after that, a great dragon was killed here in Iron Ford, so we called it. But the folk like you with your highborn accents can't say Wormford, so we call it Wormford.
Folk.
What?
To me, it's all the same. Wormford. I don't know the difference, but you can't say.
You keep
Okay.
cutting out.
Nihilus. The signs outside. Do you know about them or not? Do you have a giant problem or not?
Oh, the giant problem. Yes, we have problems all over this land. But I mean, speak to the patrons here in the Iron Way, and perhaps they may know something. But
I look around. Anyone look shady?
You see.
I want the shadiest person.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Perception check for Perception check for shadiness.
Yeah, you're sensing shadiness.
Oh.
You're throwing shade. There are a few people there. You sense.
My passive perception's higher.
Yeah, you sense a pair of footsteps and a body moving between tables. You're not sure what he's doing, but the Nihilus is too busy talking. You can't really hear. But you see, there's someone of a dwarf stature moving between tables, talking to people.
Ooh! I swing off the thing. I walk over to him. Hey, buddy.
Hey, he kind of Nihilus says behind you. Hey, if you're looking for.
Sorry, you cut out. You're cutting out.
Yeah, we didn't hear any of that.
If you're looking for a place to stay tonight, be sure to stay here. I mean, it's the safest place here in Womford. You don't want to be outside at night. Trust me.
Got it. And I walk over to the dwarf and I greet him.
What you see here is a young dwarf, a little young male, who is eagerly passing out flyers, similar to the flyers you had seen, or the notices you had seen on the road. And he says, "Oh, hello, sir. Would you be interested in joining the Mountain Crashers?"
That's your name. Yeah. Yeah. I just saw your.
We're looking for strong, able bodies to fight against the giant uprising, to bring back peace in their lands, and to defeat the evils. And he's kind of just rambling off what appears to be a script in his mind.
Can I ask you 2 questions?
Absolutely.
What's your name?
My name is Rogan.
Rogan.
I'm here recruiting people for the Mountain Crashers.
And okay, so second question. Where's the giant problem? What would you have us do if we were to join you?
Everywhere. We band together as one. Join arms. Any race, any age, any gender. We'll fight together, or so they say, against the giants, and fight back, and take our lands, and protect the people. Whew. Sounds so exciting.
It does.
Absolutely. There's a big summit
Do you
over in Waterdeep.
know? Oh, okay, sure.
We're trying to
We're
recruit.
actually-
Oh, you're on your way there? Well, we've been recruiting up and down the long road. I was told to come over to Wanford and try some people here, and then make my way to Waterdeep. I think we're gathering there before we strike out and strike it back against the giants.
It certainly sounds exciting, and we'll definitely consider it.
Hey, and he hands you a flyer. He's like, "No, don't let your disability stop you. We're all strong together." And hands you the paper.
I feel a little bit inspired, but I remember my other question. Do you know a guy named Slipskin?
No. To be honest, I'm still pretty new to this whole mountain crashes thing. I got picked up over in Longsaddle, way up north along the Iron Road or the Long Road. I was traveling with a band with mountain crashers. Just trying to learn the ropes. And I'm gonna go meet everyone over in Waterdeep once I'm done here in Wormford. Did you know this place is called Wormford? But apparently we can't say Wormford, so we call it Wobford. Or the crazy
Thank you so much
nihilist
for the
thing.
information.
Yeah, no problem. Hope to see
And
you there.
Yes, I fold the paper up, put in my cloak, and I head out. I head towards the barge right in to find the other two.
And as you're leaving,
Three.
Nyla says, "Don't be caught outside and after dark. We don't want the Wormford to get you." And you just
What
don't
time
understand
is
what
it?
you say. You didn't catch it
I
as you were heading out the door.
And I barge right out.
All right, now we're going back to Rogadar, Zaia, and Wolverbane as you guys are proceeding down the road. You're getting closer to Wanford, and you begin to
Wait.
listen.
As we walk, I want to tell my story of what happened when I was in the water, underwater, with the storm giants.
Well, I presume you were discussing that in the hours as we're not going to go over it all again.
No,
You guys-
I don't want to tell it all. I just want to tell you that, I tell them what had happened and the plan and everything. I basically tell them everything,
Okay, so
but make it sound like it was really dangerous and really exciting.
so
Sounds
a-
quite comfortable, actually. You gotta stay
It
in
was
the room.
amazing.
Well, we have
And
a
I had a
direction.
choice.
We have.
I felt like golden locks instead of glitter locks.
That's good. That was a good reference. Goldilocks. Okay. As you guys, as Zaya's kind of just telling the story, you guys get closer to Wanford. You begin to see the signs start to pop up along the road.
I investigate one of the signs, and read the whole thing.
Can I do a perception check around?
Sure. Wolverine, you read the sign again. Same sign that the other party had read. But what catches you kind of off guard is that the mountain crasher's emblem isn't the same one as before. It's not the one not the one that's Carrick Stormbringer was, had on himself when you guys fought him or encountered him. It's not the same emblem of the mountain crashers you knew. That symbol was a mountain that was split in half by a hammer. This emblem is different.
What is it this time?
It's an axe. It's an axe and a like a hammer forming the triangle shape of a mountain, and in between, filling up those gaps, are like swords and spears, and you get a sense of kind of like unity. And then there is like a phrase that you're not familiar with that's below it. Seems to be kind of the catchphrase of the Mountain Crashers that says, "Small in size but giant together."
This is a different symbol. Maybe the guild has changed a bit.
Maybe due to the giants, they stopped hunting specific ones and are just hunting all of them.
I'm wondering if this Mountain Crashers is actually a group of guilds joining together under the same banner, because it has more than the hammer that was in the original symbol. It has an axe and it has some swords as well, which I know are also symbols of certain guilds that were in the same area.
Like an alliance?
Thinking maybe an alliance, but
That's not good.
so if they're spreading out this far, the members here might be from any of the other guilds and don't know of me, but there's always that chance.
Where was the original Mountain Crasher Guild from?
That's an excellent question. Where were they, Wildermane?
Let me look on the map.
Gotta bring up the old campaign.
Where did we see them in the old campaign?
Pendalfur.
Along the Tribord Trail up here.
Yeah,
Tribord.
it wasn't that.
But that's not where I first encountered them. I encountered them
No,
farther
no.
north. What's one of the biggest cities farther north of Neverwinter? Is it Luskan or Mirabar?
Luskan is like a kind of very piratey style, pirate kind of style, shady slum place. Mirabar is one of the big cities of the dwarves that nestle within the spine of the worlds.
No, it wasn't a dwarf. I'd say Luskan. That sounds more like it.
Yeah. Luskan.
Far north of Luskan, closer to where my village is where I originally encountered them, and they asked me to join, and then they tried to kill me. So it's far away, but I did encounter them along the Tribord Trail, and they were still after me at that point. We barely escaped.
So, do you feel safe walking around?
Tell us how you escaped.
The area, or do you still want Zaia to make you invisible?
Let's go with invisible. I fear more for your safety than mine, because if they see me, they'll attack anyone I'm with as well. The last party, like I said, the last party I was with, they were after, like, if I went with them, you guys would be fine, but we were all gonna fight against them. We just managed to we had something magic that we got away. So I don't think we have anything like that now. So let's go invisible and hope I don't make giant steps in the ground.
All right. Are you casting visibility on him?
Can you just tell me if I see anything with my perception check of 12? That's really
You see a few people coming and going. No one's watching you. Nothing suspicious as far as you can tell.
But we're like approaching the worm.
You can see Wormford in the far distance. Like you can see it in the distance. It's not gonna take some time to get there, but.
And we're just like in grass. There's nothing to hide around, right?
Yeah, it's just fields and hills.
Okay. Like we're within 1 hour distance, or like less
Yeah,
than
within
that?
an hour. Yeah, within an hour.
Like, is it 1 hour to like cross through and pass
to get
it?
to Wormford. No, to get to Wormford. To get to the edge.
Do you
of
want me to
Wormford.
cast it right away, or should I just wait a little bit?
How long does it last?
An hour.
1
But I
hour?
can cast it again.
Okay, let's wait. We haven't seen any people in the distance yet.
All right. Okay, so the other guys, Anikel, Lucius, and Luna. Or Anikel, you catch up to the other two, and the wolf. What do you guys do?
No, I let them know what happened. Well, what I learned. The mountain crashers are moving on, on Waterdeep as their base of operations, and it seems like they're going to be moving out and trying to take care of some giant problem, but in no particular place. That's all I learned.
Well, are we ready to continue on then?
Let's head up.
Seems across this bridge is where we're headed.
Yes. Are you okay there, Luna? Did you have smoked too much?
How long is the bridge over the river?
It's a good question. The bridge spanning it is
Like a bridge over troubled water.
yeah, it's about 50 feet across. It's quite long.
I
But
propose that in the
it's-
interest of absolute safety, we traverse this bridge one at a time.
It's about 50 to 60 feet long. It looks like it's been rebuilt many times. It's narrow. It's so narrow that only one cart could ever cross at any given time. And as you're approaching the bridge and contemplating the integrity of the builds, a cart is passing across, coming towards you. So you couldn't even cross if you wanted to.
So
Yeah.
we wait for the cart
Yeah.
to come.
It's slow moving. You watch as the bridge is kind of just swaying under the weight. It's rickety. And you literally just stand there and wait till the cart passes. It passes you, and the rider looks at you and says, "Sorry for the trouble."
No problem.
All right.
Okay,
And
so
then get
I
up
want.
and run across.
All right. You
Oh my.
Annika charges across the bridge and leaving you guys behind him.
Can you do the Naruto run again?
Yes, please. Yeah.
No, it was a one-time thing. You cannot be abused. So you guys, the rest of you guys, cross the bridge.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Yeah. So I mean, it's clear that this bridge has been used many, many times. The wood started to like have divots where the wheels are from carts. Surprisingly, somehow holds against your weight. As you're crossing, you can see the docks. Some dock workers are working some boats that are being filled up with crates and barrels and are passing underneath the bridge a few times here and there, going downriver, and some coming back empty upriver. It seems to be kind of busy as they're moving goods. As you approach kind of the base of the barge right in, it's like this monster top of a mount of the hill. You begin to follow the path up the hillside around the back to what appears to be the entranceway of the barge right. It's what looks to be a walled community of just ramshackled, frequently rebuilt wooden towers and buildings. A lot of patchwork has been put into this to fill in gaps, to just fix particular spots. It looks like it's been built over and over again. The structures are now entirely cloaking the top of the hill, overlooking Wamford and across the Deshred River.
I turn to Luna and Anakel, and I say, you may want to watch your pockets as we traverse this place.
I just wrap my robes tight around me,
Me too.
and I make sure I put my money sack between my legs.
I am confident that my connections here will not lead to us being in any serious danger, but I would not put it past many of these men to take what they can.
Oh, we got Cinder here. I pat him.
As you approach the ominous-looking gateway, it is again, you can see, similar to like Golden Fields, is a two-tiered gate, two gates, and a two-tiered wall block the community of Bargeright. As you get closer, the smell begins to hit you.
Oh.
It just reeks of manure and mud, just filthy mud. As you're getting closer and closer, this path is not well maintained. It's all dirt and just being trampled over and over again, and liquids spilling into it from who knows where. Poor sewage, of course. You're sloshing in mud as you're just walking through and just getting dirty.
I just cleaned these shoes.
I'll repeatedly use prestidigitation to keep us all fairly presentable.
All right, as you're walking, a cart goes past you and splashes mud all over you. Lucius cleans it up real quick and just keeps casting it on all these little bits of you. As you approach the door, you do see a handful of shady-looking men with weapons. And they're kind of eyeballing you, looking you up and down. And one says, "What business do you have here in Bargeright Inn?"
Do I see anything that might identify them as Zentarum?
Yeah, so it is like the influence of the Zentarum here in the Bargeright is quite prominent, and it's not a hidden fact. Some of them are wearing the familiar Zentarum ring with the flying snake. Just their clothing alone looks to be, Zentarum, what do you call that? Uniform style.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of black, a lot of leather, daggers, shady.
How
fit right
far are they from me?
You're about 15 feet off before they call you out.
Okay. I'll approach them casually and pull up the sleeve of my cloak showing the Zentarum ring. They say, "My name is Lucius Galanadel of the Zentarum. I am here on business."
"Oh, a brother in the Zentarum, eh? Huh. All right. In you go. Suppose these are your friends?"
"Yes, they are with me. And there are others coming as well. I have told them to meet me here. You will recognize them. One of them is a dragonborn, one of them is very large, and the last one is a halfling."
Halfling? That's a vague description, friend. But okay.
They will mention me by name.
All right. We'll look out for them. Be sure not to trouble them too much. In you go.
And in we go. And as we're heading in, I say over the earpiece, you will need to mention my name to the gentleman outside of Barge Right Inn.
Will
They
do.
will let you pass without trouble.
All right. At this point, you guys, having just making a more brisk pace, we'll say that you kind of are approaching Womford now, getting close. to Womford.
I'm just ready to cast invisibility as soon as I feel like it's appropriate.
Okay. The traffic and the density of people, although a small village, is starting to get a little more denser for a tiny village. As you enter, it's the same kind of thing you saw before that the other guys saw. It's a dirt road, kind of a simple town. A lot of farms off to the distance and a dock that goes along the Desert River.
We're not in the village yet, right?
Okay, fine. You're off to the side of the village.
Okay. So before we cross into the village, then I'll cast it.
Okay, as you guys approach, you just kind of reach over to Wolverbane, and Wolverbane just winks out of existence.
Whoa, this is cool. I
Put
can't
your
even
hand
see
on my shoulder.
hands. And I try and it's hard. I don't even see my hands.
Your depth perception is completely off. All right, so you guys approach Womford, and you see the inn, you see the general store, you see a bunch of cottages. It's a simple little town.
Okay. Anything catches our eyes, or there's nothing interesting in town?
Aside from the inn and the general store, make a perception check. Those of you that want to.
Yep, I'm down for this.
Doing a perception check.
Is this my first roll of the game? No, we did a run. I got an 18.
I got a 15.
I got 13.
Yeah, so you see oh crap.
A couple feet taller than him, so.
I logged out a roll 20. So you guys, you see a lot of everyone just kind of looking at you. They seem pleasant. Their accents seem a little weird. They're hard to understand sometimes.
This music doesn't mirror the trepidation of my heart.
I hit the wrong music thing, and I went to go hit jukebox to change it, but I hit the home button. That's why I logged out a roll 20. I have a different one. This one. That's what I want to use. Nope.
This place is so peaceful. Why am I so nervous? Makes you just want to stay here and settle down.
Start a family, get married.
Pick up fruits.
All right, I'm back. So, you guys look around. There's nothing particularly interesting about Womford. You notice that you spot a few what appear to be travelers hitching a ride on one of the boats going downriver. You catch a glimpse of a few folk discussing something. What were your rolls?
I had 18.
I had 15.
13.
Wolverine, you catch in being invisible. You're able to get closer to some of the villagers. You catch a pair of women discussing something in their heavy accents. They seem to be kind of under some little stress. One of them says, "I bought some nails and a hammer to hammer my windows closed." The other one says, "Oh, that's a good idea." She said. The other one replies again, "We don't want the worm far back to get us. Oh no, we don't." Rogadar, as you're passing the general store called the Winking Worm, your eyeball, you're looking at the kind of decor of the entranceway, and you catch, carved to the side a half sun.
Cool.
Zaia,
Okay.
you hear people chatting. It's hard for you to understand, and you're just making your merry way, and nothing catches your attention.
Okay. Morgadar, do we keep walking around? We keep walking to the inn?
I whisper, let's just pass through. I don't like this at all.
Ah,
And
okay.
I am famous, so word's gonna get around.
Yeah, so we keep
Zaia's
walking
like
through
so
then.
confused that he says he's famous.
I'm a war hero. I'm the hero of Phandalin.
All right, so you guys are just passing through. Gonna continue on to the barge, right?
Yeah.
All right. You approach the iron bridge. Whoa. You approach the iron bridge.
Someone's crossing it.
And
Then.
NPCs.
Yeah, there is a long lineup of carts waiting to make their way back and forth. There's like 2 on your side and 3 on the other side, and they're one villages. They see you kind of cutting the line. Says, "Oi, wait your turn! Wait your turn!" And
Do you want to go through the water underneath?
It's a cliff.
Oh, it's a cliff. Never mind.
takes some time. I guess you guys wait for your turn to pass, and you finally find a moment to cut across before another lineup occurs. You head up the path towards the barge, right? The smell, the stench, the dirt just kind of immediately gets to you. This place is filthy. It's disgusting. And you approach the front gates. The gentlemen at the front, about 5 of them, they're leaning against the wall. They kind of stand up straight as they see a big guy, a dragonborn, and a halfling approach. Says, "What's your business here, friends?"
We're with Lucius, who entered earlier today.
Lucius, eh? Kind of the other ones snicker. They're like, Lucius who?
Lucius
Something that ends with
Galanadrel.
Yeah.
Rogadar got it.
Us.
I never knew how to pronounce that until today. I thought it was like Galanodal.
Says,
No, because we talked about this before. Because you said, "Oh, like cyanodal," and I was like, "No, it's Galanadel."
Right.
Sorry, I have a bandage
like
on my
Galadriel.
face. Also because I have bad memory.
he says,
True.
he says to his partner, they kind of chuckle at your answer. Rogadar says, "Hey, Bram, you ever heard of a Lucius Galanadel?" And he says, "Nope, not a friend of mine." And the guy that's speaking up says, "Well, we don't know him, but if you want to enter, 20 gold a person."
Over the earpiece, Lucius. Guards are a bit of a jerk.
Yes, I mean, you will encounter that in a town such as this. Is there some particular concern that you have?
I'm not paying.
I'm not paying either.
They are charging you then? Is that the problem? I'm trying to discern what the problem
Yes,
is.
that is the problem.
The main issue.
How we haven't gotten like too far into the town, I
No,
guess.
you guys, it's a maze
fine.
of it's a ramshackle maze. You guys kind of got turned around a few times. Not sure where you're heading. Where are you guys heading? To the old barge right in?
All right.
Just following.
Yeah. That's where I was to drop off the paperwork,
Yeah.
right?
So you're trying to find your way
Yeah,
to the barge right in, but you got
Yeah,
lost.
I was searching town. Okay, cool, fine. I just kind of like I debate for a second in my head, and then I scowl and I turn to Annika and Luna and I say, "Might as well meet up with them now."
Okay. And
And we head back. We head back
back.
towards the gate.
I miss my battle brothers.
All right, so you guys are as you guys are not paying, they don't let you in, and it takes a few moments for these other guys to show up. Are you doing anything in the meanwhile?
I am doing nothing.
I complain.
You're still invisible, right?
They're kind of looking
Yep.
at your They kind of see footsteps in the ground in the mud. They're like,
So they didn't see the. They don't see the giant
It's-
one.
Can
It's just
I do
'cause there's so much mud and so much slush going around. It's not really holding your footprints very well, so it's pretty messy. A few moments pass, and Lucius shows up at the gate. Lucius, you see the 5 men standing there with their arms crossed, not letting your friends through.
Yeah, I walk up to them, glaring, calm but glaring at them. And I say, I thought I told you to let these ones through.
Oh, you know how it is. Business is business. Just
Yes,
trying to
well,
make a little
see
coin.
to it that you do not interfere to my business ever again.
Oh, I'm all like,
Make an intimidation. Make an intimidation check.
That's my boy Lucius.
You go, Lucius.
You don't fuck with Lucius.
Oh, wow.
How's that for Earl?
One of the 5 guys just shits a single coin. Just falls to the ground.
I was wondering where that went.
He says, my apologies, Lucius. Well, no more trouble, I promise. Just a word of warning, not to be threatening or anything. Just so you know the rules around here, and it barge right in. You know, just keep the violence to minimum here. The leader of the barge right doesn't take kindly to violence, and since the militia is in her pocketbook, it would be a bad time for you to. It would be a bad time if you were to cause any trouble here. Just a friendly reminder, of course.
I feel like quarterstaff down because I was
assure
literally
you-
gonna sack somebody with.
I assure you that we have no intention of causing any trouble. As I said, I am here on business.
Of course.
And I turn and
Are we all?
begin walking into the town again.
And they just
Can
give
I
you,
press
they
space
give you
beside
cut
Lucius?
eye. Sorry?
I want to press space beside Lucius.
Brisk pace? Yeah. So you
Yeah.
catch up to Lucius real quick.
Hey, Lucius. What's the deal? Like, what kind of connections do you have here?
The Zentarum presence is strong within this place, and I have documents to drop off to the owner of the inn. I suspect that my connections here will be able to give us useful information about the goings-on around in the various towns as well. I
Because
assure
those
you-
guards listen to you so well.
I have been
True.
serving in the Zentarum for a long time, and they are probably not even aware of the influence which I carry. They will not bother you anymore.
I tap Lucius on the shoulder.
Do we get to stay for free as well?
I kind of smirk, say, "Do not push your luck, little one. These people all need to make a living as well."
And you feel like a tap on your shoulder, Lucius, like a big, heavy.
Yeah. Okay. I turn to Wolverine.
You
The
don't see
wall.
Can't see
Oh,
him.
I turn in the direction of the tap, and I say, "Wolverine, I presume."
Don't say my name.
I said it quietly. I just kind of nod and continue walking.
I'm invisible.
All right.
I
Okay.
turn to Zaia and Rogadar and I catch them up on the finds of the Hunters Guild or the Mountain Crashers, knowing that Wolverine would hear this, but I don't address them directly.
All right. You provide that information.
Wait, what
I want-
information?
The Mountain Crashers are gathering people and are meeting at Waterdeep to begin
Oh,
their
okay.
assault on some giants.
Okay.
I look around again for somebody who I can get information from.
Yeah, this town is bustling with people. It's pretty packed, with their multi-tiered buildings and houses. You know, there's a lot of catwalks and stairways that descend all around. There are people all around you.
Yeah, I kind of go to the nearest group and I say, "Pardon me, could you direct me to the old Barge-Right Inn?"
Go down that way. Take a left after the first right. No, take a left after the first turn. Then take a right. Follow it all the way to the hill. And when you get to the end of the hill, or the wall rather, and he's drunk. He's drunk. Sorry, let me recap that. Take a left after the first turn, then take a right at the second turn, and then follow all the way to the end of the wall. And then follow the wall northward. You can't miss it. It's the next.
I'm gonna look around for anybody who does not seem intoxicated.
Yeah, and he continues talking. He's like, "You'll go
I just walk away from him as he's blabbering on.
that way. Go
Find
this
somebody who seems to be in their right mind and
As
ask
we
the
walk back-
same question.
way." Yeah,
And
and
as I'm walking by this guy, like walking by him, I just kind of whisper to him, I'm like, "Get help!" And I keep walking.
oh, do you want help? You go that way to get help. to go down that way.
I walk away. I walk away.
Right
Bye.
There. Yeah, you find like another man who seems of able mind and body, and he says, "Oh yes, friend," and then he gives you proper directions. There's a kind of like a main road that cuts across the perimeter of the hill. It just tells you to follow it. You can't miss it. You're looking for a building. A lot of the buildings here are made of wood. It says you can't miss it. It's got a strong stone foundation. The only one of the 2 buildings here that does.
I thank you very much for your time. Have a nice day. And I kind of like motion to everybody to follow and head off in that direction.
And the party was again united.
Guys, let's never split up again.
Haha.
Yeah, so
Wasn't me.
as a party is now united, the threat of a Tarisk being unleashed into the world has been stayed. The DM's nerves are calmed. You guys you see a large building following the road. It is a building that has a lot of stone built into it. It's got a huge stone foundation. About 60% of the walls are stone before it turns to wood. It looks like it had been reinforced over the years. And just kind of etched around over the doorway says, "The Old Barge Right Inn." And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Cool.
That was an RP heavy session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I find it more tiring to do that than to do a contest session.
Well, I don't want to drop a combat with a
No,
party.
yeah.
I was like, that's gonna.
I feel as excited to be in a town surrounded by Zentarum as Lucius would.
It's gonna be interesting.
I'm excited to be in a town. Period. I'm just excited to be in a town for once. That's not fields.
So we are not playing next week?
Probably not.
It's possible, unless we change the dates, and it depends. Right? We're gonna have to see with that. So we possibly might have to skip a week, but we should be back the week after that. And no,
We can do Wednesday.
We can do.
Is it Thursday the problem? or the whole week?
We'll try
Just
our
the
best
week.
to figure out another day, and we will post it on our Twitter. Otherwise, if not, we will have to wait another week, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But don't you worry.
Yes.
Oh,
It'll
but don't
be-
you worry. The party will still move the barge right in, and they won't split up again. I promise you that. Oh, I promise you that.
I can think of a way to split up the party right now.
Rogadar.
All right. Well, we're gonna call it a night.
All
Thanks
right.
for watching, everybody.
Have a good night.
Thanks for hanging out
Thanks
again.
for watching.
See ya. Bye.
See ya.